You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from Prince George's Stadium. We're getting set for Game 2 in this 6-game series between the Richmond Flying Squirrels and your Bowie Baysox. So glad you're with us. Matt Sabatis with you from the ballpark in Bowie. Last night was another loss that had plagued Bowie for many reasons this season. Now, it wasn't the traditional one-run loss that the Baysox have had happen to them so many times this year. No, it was an issue of runners left on base as the Baysox lost 7-4 to Richmond. Of course, not a one-run loss, so you don't need to worry about that. It was too many runners left on and too many runners left in scoring position. That was the key issue for Bowie, as they had runners on base in just about every single inning played last night, except for, if you can believe it, the bottom of the ninth and the bottom of the third. Every other inning, however, Bowie got at least one runner on base, and in every inning except the eighth, as well as the third and the ninth, of course, Bowie got at least one runner into scoring position. The Baysox left 10 runners on base, 8 of them in scoring position, and in 5 of those innings, they left a runner at third base to close the frame. If Bowie was able to score all of those runners from third base, then they would have won the game. If they scored half of the runners that they left in scoring position overall, then the game would have been tied, and it would have been a much, much different affair. Of course, it was a very peculiar scenario for the Baysox to have to deal with pitching-wise, as Cade Povich came in relief for only the second time in his career. Povich did not fare too well in the new role following Grayson Rodriguez. Rodriguez, on his rehab appearance with Bowie, fired 2 innings with 4 strikeouts but did allow a run. But Povich, coming out of relief, did not record an out until the 6th batter that he faced. It went walk, single, bases loaded walk, 2 RBI single. Povich eventually allowed 4 runs, and Bowie never really got too close from there. They did make it a 2-run game, trailing 5-3 at one point, but a 2-run home run by Shane Matheny ruined those chances for the Baysox before the night came to a close. So what are they going to have to do today? Well, they're just going to have to get the offense going against right-hander Matt Frisbee and look for another strong outing from Justin Armbruster, but it will need to be a bounce-back outing from Armbruster following his start against Erie last week. We'll preview the starting pitching matchup in a second, but first let's set you up with the numbers ahead of today's game as Richmond comes in for game number 127 on the season, a 60-66 record for the Squirrels, 4-6 over their last 10 on a 1-game winning streak. Richmond is 28-36 when playing on the road. Bowie comes in for game number 128 on the year, a 63-64 record on the season, a 2-game losing streak for the Baysox as they're 5-5 over their last 10 and 35-29 when playing in front of the home crowds here at Prince George's Stadium. In the second half, Bowie is 36-22. They're in a 3-way tie for the best record in the Eastern League this half with Erie and Portland. Of course, though, with Bowie and Erie so close, they're still tied atop the Southwest Division with these final 11 games in the regular season. Bowie does not hold the tiebreaker. As you might remember, if the season ended today, then the Seawolves would be the playoff team for the second half in the Southwest Division. Richmond in the second half is 20-37. That is tied for the worst record in the Eastern League this half. Harrisburg also has a 20-37 mark. They're both 15.5 games out of first place, but again, Richmond won the first half by way of a tiebreak over Akron, so they're not too concerned when it comes to what their standing is in the second half. All that matters for Richmond at this point is how they perform in the playoffs. Starting pitching matchup ahead of today's game sees Justin Armbruster go for Bowie, while Matt Frisbee will get the start for the Baysox. Now, Frisbee had a bit of a late start to the season. He didn't actually get going until the 3rd series of the year and couldn't even finish the 4th inning in any of his first 4 starts with the Squirrels, but then he really started to string it together. Went on an 8-start streak of at least 5 innings pitched, but then Bowie started to hit him. In 2 appearances against the Baysox, he's not really been able to put together a consistent start. His first appearance against Bowie saw him allow a career-high 10 runs, including a grand slam by Cesar Prieto. His start against Bowie in July was perhaps a little bit more manageable, but he was still only able to last 4 2/3 innings. He allowed 2 runs. Now, Frisbee has mostly been a contact-heavy pitcher this season, but his strikeout numbers have really been starting to improve. He only struck out 5 or more batters in fewer than half of his outings this year, but over his last 43 innings, he struck out 56 total batters, including a career-high 13 punch-outs against the Portland Sea Dogs not too long ago. On the other end, it'll be Justin Armbruster for the Baysox, and he's going to need a bounce-back kind of start today. While his last appearance wasn't necessarily bad, he was just doomed by a first inning that really relegated him to his shortest start of the year with Bowie. It wasn't his shortest overall appearance, as Armbruster did fire 2 2/3 innings in relief against Akron back in July, but when he only finished 3 innings against Erie last week, it was his shortest start with the Baysox, and it was all plagued by a bad first inning. Armbruster needed 35 pitches in that first inning, allowing a solo home run to Gage Workman, the second batter of the game, and then a 2-run home run to Dane Myers later in the lineup, the 5th batter of that frame. So Armbruster really just needs to get that put-down pitch going, and if he can get it, stay consistent, the most consistent arm for Bowie here in the second half should be able to put together another good start. But the problem today is going to be the rain. We've got heavy misting going on right now here at Prince George's Stadium, and we'll see if it leads to any sort of issue going into the start of first pitch, as the Baysox need to get something going to break out of this 2-game losing skid. We've got more to come here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. When we return, Grayson Rodriguez took the start yesterday for Bowie, and he had some immediate comments with media following the contest, so we're going to chat with him in just a little bit. We hear his thoughts following yesterday's start. So Rodriguez is our guest next. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Ever Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Hey fans, do you know your mud hens from your trash pandas? Then play Minor League Rundown, the official free-to-play game of Minor League Baseball, and compete for tickets and game day experiences. Rundown is made for masters of ballpark trivia. Playing is free and easy on any mobile device. Just head on over to www.ballyplay.com to sign up and play. Return for each open round to vie for more prizes, including the grand prize to attend Championship Weekend in Las Vegas this October. It's never been this fun to get caught in a rundown.
We're back in on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, getting set for Game 2 between Bowie and Richmond. Matt Sabatis with you from Prince George's Stadium. Yesterday, obviously, a bit of a long day for the Baysox in terms of their pitching staff, but they did get a good first taste of what they might be able to expect from Grayson Rodriguez through the remainder of the week. Rodriguez is potentially anticipated to make an additional start with the Baysox. He fired 2 innings with only 1 hit and 1 run allowed. He brought it home on a double and an eventual wild pitch in the second, but still struck out 4 batters, 2 batters in a perfect first on 11 pitches, and then 2 batters in the second inning. He did need 29 pitches to get through that frame. But after Grayson had wrapped up his start, plenty of media members were in attendance, of course, and he had a handful of time to sit down and converse with them. Following that start, here are some of his post-game thoughts from Grayson Rodriguez.
How did it feel just to be back on a mound a little bit more stretched out than last time?
Yeah, no, it was definitely good. Obviously, knew I was going to get to go a little bit longer than last. Obviously, the 2 walks hurt the pitch count again, but we were able to get up in the bullpen and finish a third. So really on schedule.
What did he finish at, like pitch count-wise in the bullpen?
All he told me in the bullpen I had left was 5. So the total count I'm not too sure about. But, just being able to get back out there and get up for a third time was good.
Stuff-wise, what did you feel the difference was between this one and Aberdeen?
Yeah, definitely felt the stuff was better. Obviously, the 2 walks don't really tell everything, but I think I was in the zone more with change-ups. Heaters were better up in the zone. I know at a time we lost the feel. Had a few up above the zone, but really just kind of being in the zone in total, I guess.
Were there any points after Aberdeen, I guess, where you felt soreness or anything, or has it been exactly like you used to feel, in terms of injury-wise?
No, I think this is the best my arm's ever felt, honestly, since I was in high school. The long break, getting in there, being able to do rehab. My arm is stronger than it was before, so really that's the positive I'm taking away from it.
You mentioned after the Aberdeen game, results weren't that important. Does that start to change at all, or was it still another night where other things were more important for you?
Yeah, right now we're focused on how the body feels and how it's moving in a game. So really throwing strikes, obviously number 1. But 2, taking the mechanics we had before the injury and what we had last year, getting back to those moving parts. Like obviously coming back, obviously in spring training when you're out of an off season, that's one big thing is just finding that feel from the season before. And that's what we're doing right now. So, when the body starts moving like we want it to, then we'll start worrying about the results.
We're 5 minutes after you just got off the mound, but do you have any idea what next steps might be for you or where you go from here?
As of now, starting on Sunday, I'm on a 5-day rotation. So really just looking forward to this next one. Going to have a bullpen here this week and then get ready for Sunday.
Sunday here with Bowie?
Yeah.
Do you feel like where you're at now, if the team deems it necessary or right that you could pitch in the big leagues on the pressure?
Absolutely. Obviously pitching in the big leagues is something I've always wanted to do, and that's the main goal right now. That's the focus, just to get myself ready. We're close. So, I think this next outing is when we're going to really get in there. We're going to turn it on. How my body's moving is feeling a lot better than last week, so I expect the same jump forward, this next start.
For next start, do you have an idea what that pitch count might be if today was like 45-ish?
No, I don't. The pitch count, it's something that they kind of keep to themselves. Really, they just kind of let me know how many more I have left. So that's something that they don't want us pitchers worrying about, just going out there and, attacking that hitter.
How did you feel about velocity tonight?
Well, I hadn't looked at the velocity chart yet, but, the ball felt good. The hop was good out of hand. Spin direction was good. And so, obviously, there was a few up and out of the zone. But heaters in general, I felt like I was able to get it by guys when I went up with it. So far, I was pretty happy with it.
Again, that was Grayson Rodriguez chatting with the media following his start last night for Bowie. We should hopefully get a chance to see him at least once more here in the 2022 season as he's on a 5-day rotation. So the Baysox might be able to get a longer start from him as the week progresses against Richmond. But we've got more to come here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. When we return, we'll take a quick trip through the lineups and maybe look around the Eastern League as well. There's a heavy slate of games with a couple of doubleheaders scheduled in this one. But Bowie trying to get back onto the winning track. They want to break out of this 2-game losing skid, see if they can get it done, as they've got a big day with Justin Armbruster coming up. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the D.C. area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Things are looking a little bit dicey here at Prince George's Stadium as we continue on with the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We're not anticipated to start this game in a delay by any means, but the rain is starting to get progressively heavier. What had started as a very light mist is moving a little more sideways, obscuring a little bit more, and really just falling on the field while both starting pitchers have still just kind of wrapped up their warm-up tosses in the opposing bullpens. They've not even taken the tarp off of the pitching mound just yet. They're starting to get that finally off. At the very least, we are going to start this game at least a little bit delayed. Not a full-on delay, but they won't really start extremely on time. The umpiring crew is checking the conditions of the field around home plate, making sure that the dirt is dry enough for the players, of course, but there's no one standing by the tarp. It doesn't seem like we're going to run into a full-on delay over this passing heavy mist that admittedly does look like it is actually starting to clear up just a tad, but it's very odd as it's come through. Now the grounds crew is starting to converge a little bit to get the mound uncovered and groomed properly, because I'm not sure if they had all the time possible to get that done with the way that this light rain has just moved through, started to intensify, and backed off a little bit while it still holds relatively steady. But you've got the umbrellas out, you've got the teams in their hoodies, but in the dugout, ready to take the field soon, as a fresh bag of track dirt will be brought out to the mound to freshen it up and rake it out before Justin Armbruster will climb the hill for Bowie. This is just such an interesting sight for the Baysox, as they really didn't have a winnable scenario here playing with this weather. They could have gone into a tarp and a delayed start, but wouldn't have done too much had the rain just passed over us. And really, while looking at the radar, it didn't seem to be that there was going to be any rain at all when it got down here into Bowie, while looking up a little bit north to Crofton. So it's very unfortunate that the way this is playing out for both teams involved, because again, it looks like as if this rain is starting to clear up just ever so slightly, but the Baysox are obviously going to wait a little bit before taking the field before we can get this game started. Fortunately, though, it feels as if we won't be delayed anywhere past maybe a 5-minute late start. So we should be able to get this one in. Shouldn't have much of an issue, and especially since the percentages, at least in terms of the forecast, look to dwindle their way down once we even reach past into the 7 o'clock hour. As we extend our pregame show a little bit, we can take a quick look around the Eastern League because there is plenty to discuss. It was a busy day yesterday in the Eastern League, but it also featured a lot of rain. So there are going to be 2 doubleheaders this evening, one between Reading and New Hampshire that's already having a lot of fun. And at the bottom of the 6th, Reading has a 6-3 lead. They scored 4 runs in the first inning. New Hampshire got it close in the third with 3 runs, but Reading has rebuilt their lead to 3, and they're just going to need 3 more outs to wrap up Game 1 of that twin bill. Game 2 will get underway a little bit after that. Somerset and Hartford were also postponed up at Dunkin' Donuts Park, as Hartford got a bit of an early taste against Somerset. 3 runs in the first inning, and Somerset leads 6-2 in the bottom of the 6th of Game 1 in that contest. Game 2, of course, will get started a little bit later as well. The rest of the league is already in action as well, with Bowie coming in a little bit late because of this weather. Harrisburg and Akron are underway, but they just got first pitch home as Alex Stroop fired a strike to Jose Tena. They're in the top of the first, a scoreless contest out at FNB Field. Altoona and Erie are already into the bottom of the second inning as the Seawolves are going with an opener in this contest. Brant Herter was set to start. The Baysox battered him in that 15-5 win they picked up a week ago today. They'll see if they can get something new out of Herter when he comes in relief following the opener Gerson Moreno in that contest. But they're scoreless right now. Bowie, of course, is always hoping for Altoona wins over the course of that series. And then one other game in action in the Eastern League, it's Portland and Binghamton. The Rumble Ponies broke an 8-game win streak for the Sea Dogs last night, and they have a 1-0 edge against them, moving into the top of the third up at Hadlock Field. Around the Orioles organization, Jersey Shore has opened a 1-0 lead over the Aberdeen Ironbirds. They had a rainout yesterday up in New Jersey, so they're playing a doubleheader as well. It's the bottom of the 4th in the first of that twin bill, as Aberdeen is still looking for their first hit after 4 innings. Norfolk and Memphis AAA squads are scoreless out in Tennessee. They've just wrapped up the second inning in that one. Norfolk has had a tough time with Memphis this season. Last night didn't go too well for them either. They lost 12-0. Norfolk had 8 hits, but they surrendered 18 hits from the Memphis Redbirds there. They're actually playing a doubleheader as well. Didn't realize that at first. They're making up a game that was postponed back at the tail end of July when Norfolk was back out in Memphis. And then Delmarva, they're not going to get going until about 7:05 this evening with the Down East Wood Ducks. That's the single-A affiliate of the Texas Rangers. They'll get underway in that one out at Purdue Stadium in Delmarva. As we're still waiting on the mound to get tended to here through the heavy, not even heavy, but just mild rain that had turned into just a bit of an inconvenience ahead of the start of this one. So we are going to be a little bit late on first pitch. It's not an official delay, but it will be delayed into the start. Tarp isn't going to come out, and it really does look like that heavy mist that it turned into a very, very light drizzle has dried itself up and hopefully brought us what's not going to be clearer skies for the rest of the day, but what's going to be playable skies for the rest of the night. We can walk you through the starting lineup for both sides in this one as Richmond comes in with a 60-66 record. They don't really make any changes in their starting 9 in this contest. They do switch up a couple of the defensive positions with Carter Aldretti and Armani Smith basically swapping spots. Smith was at first base yesterday, and Aldretti was in right field, but they've swapped now, so Smith in right field. Aldretti is at first base. But in terms of the batting order, 1 through 9, that remains the same. Shane Matheny is going to lead it off today. He's in center field. He had an okay day at the plate yesterday. He had a critical 2-run home run in the 8th inning after Bowie had trimmed the deficit to only 2 runs. Matheny's blast made it 7-3, and Bowie was held quiet from the rest of the way. Tyler Fitzgerald will follow at shortstop, and then Diego Rincones will be the designated hitter batting third. Rincones has always had a good season against Bowie. He went 1 for 4 yesterday, and that actually lowered his batting average against the Baysox this season. He's hitting .500 against Bowie this year. Will Wilson will be at second base to follow, and then Casey Schmidt at third base. Tristan Peters is in left field, Armani Smith in right field. Aldretti at first base, as mentioned, and Ricardo Genovez will be the catcher. Bowie's lineup sees the return of Connor Norby. After getting hit by a pitch on Saturday, he missed Sunday and is back into the lineup today, batting second at second base. That brief delay is over. Teams have taken the field, and we're ready for our last break. When we return, first pitch, and all the play-by-play. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed lays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from Prince George's Stadium. It's Game 2 of this 6-game series between the Richmond Flying Squirrels and your Bowie Baysox. So glad you're with us. Matt Sabatas with you from the ballpark in Bowie. And as Justin Armbruster warms on the mound for the Baysox, the starting lineup for the Flying Squirrels that he'll face looks like this. Leading off in center field, you've got Shane Matheny, followed by Tyler Fitzgerald at shortstop, batting second. Diego Rincones is the designated hitter, batting third. Will Wilson at second base, bats fourth. Casey Schmidt at third base, bats fifth. Tristan Peters in left field, sixth. Armani Smith is in right field, batting seventh. Carter Aldretti is the first baseman, batting eighth. And Ricardo Genovez catches and bats ninth. Richmond is the AA affiliate of the San Francisco Giants. They're managed by Dennis Pelfrey, assisted by Paul Esquera, Danny Santon, and Gary Davenport. Chris Walsh is the athletic trainer. Richmond is 60-66 on the season, 20-37 in the second half. And again, their lineup features Shane Matheny, Tyler Fitzgerald, Diego Rincones, Will Wilson, Casey Schmidt, Tristan Peters, Armani Smith, Carter Aldretti, and Ricardo Genovez, all to face off against Justin Armbruster on the mound. Prince George's Stadium, 309 feet down the line to both left field and right field, 405 feet to straightaway center field with not too much wind to speak of. Anything that will come through is, at this point, kind of coming in from right field, which it rarely does. We had a bit of a rain shower that's caused a very, very slight delay in the start of this game. At most, it'll only end up being about 7 minutes. Tarp was never on. They just had to take a little bit of extra time, making sure they got fresh dirt around the bases, on the baselines, and around the pitcher's mound. As left-hander Shane Matheny digs in, a .254 average and an .812 OPS in 84 games played, 11 doubles and a triple, 12 home runs, 46 runs batted in this year. As Armbruster comes set, and we're finally set for first pitch in this one. He kicks and fires at home, a fastball, misses just up and away. It's 1-0 to start, and we're underway at 6:41 p.m. on a 70-degree overcast day here in Bowie, Maryland. 1-0 the count on Matheny, and the next pitch in from Armbruster is popped up. Shallow center field, Watson sprinting down. Zach Watson makes the call, and the catch. 2 pitches, 1 quick out for Armbruster. Let's tell you about the defense for Bowie. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Davis Tavares, Zach Watson, and Hudson Haskin. Kobe Mayo is at third base. Daryl Hernaiz is the shortstop. Connor Norby at second. Andrew Dashbach at first. And Andres Angulo catches behind the plate for Justin Armbruster on the mound. As Tyler Fitzgerald steps in, .234 average and a .757 OPS in 115 games. First pitch, and he slaps it foul over to the right side. A changeup. 0-1 to start. 17 doubles and 2 triples for Fitzgerald, 21 home runs, 58 runs batted in. He recently became the first player in Richmond franchise history to join the 2020 club. 0-1 pitch, and he pops it up again. This time out to right field. Hudson Haskin ranging down, camps and catches. There's 2 gone on 2 flyouts. Your umpiring crew for today's game, you've got Tyler Whitty over at third base. Gabe Alfonso is at first, and Louis Krupa is calling the balls and strikes. He's behind home plate. He's also the crew chief. Diego Rincones into the box, a .257 average and a .677 OPS in 82 games. 11 doubles, no triples, 8 home runs, 38 runs batted in. As Armbruster sets to face the right-hander, first pitch home, and it's lined to short, right at Daryl Hernaiz. What a fast inning for Justin Armbruster. 5 pitches, and he sets them down in order. Bottom of the first coming up, Richmond nothing, Bowie set to bat. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
Well, it was a 5-pitch first inning for Justin Armbruster to work Richmond scoreless. As we move to the bottom of the first here at Prince George's Stadium, the Bowie Baysox, if I can get their name out for once, will face off against Matt Frisbee and the Flying Squirrels. The starting lineup for Bowie looks like this. Leading off at shortstop, you've got Daryl Hernaiz, followed by Connor Norby at second base, batting second. Kobe Mayo at third base, bats third. Hudson Haskin in right field, bats fourth. Cesar Pareto is the DH. He bats fifth, while Andrew Dashbach at first base bats sixth. Zach Watson in center bats seventh. Andres Angulo catches and bats eighth. And Davis Tavares is in left field batting ninth. Bowie is the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller. Calvin Christensen is the video coordinator. Lindsey Birchfield and Blake Wooten are the athletic trainers. Bowie is 63-64 on the season. They're 36-22 in the second half. That's tied for the best record in the Eastern League this half. And again, their lineup features Hernaiz, Norby, Mayo, Haskin, Prieto, Dashbach, Watson, Angulo, and Tavares, all to face off against right-handed pitcher Matt Frisbee on the mound. As Hernaiz approaches the box, a 156 average and a 402 OPS in 7 games. No doubles or triples, does have 1 home run, 6 runs batted in. He went 1 for 5 yesterday. Bowie has been really trying to get a little bit more on-base production from Hernaiz so far. His stolen bases at High A Aberdeen really stood him out among the rest, and Bowie could really use that here. They've not been a big stolen base team this season. Infield playing relatively deep to the right-hander, and the first pitch in from Matt Frisbee is down and away, off speed, and the count starts out at 1-0. Bowie fell yesterday 7-3, a game that, while it didn't necessarily end the way that many of Bowie's losses have recently, one-run losses, it had some of the same feeling behind it, as the 1-0 pitch is popped out toward right field, shallow. Armani Smith is running down. He calls off the second baseman and makes the catch. 2 pitches and 1 away, as let's tell you about the rest of the Richmond defense. Tristan Peters in left field, Shane Matheny in center, Armani Smith is in right. Casey Schmidt is at third base, while Tyler Fitzgerald is at short. Will Wilson at second, Carter Aldretti is at first, and Ricardo Genovez catches behind the plate for Matt Frisbee on the mound. As Connor Norby steps in, .292 average and .948 OPS in 53 games. First pitch home to Norby, and he swings and misses. Off speed, bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Bowie lost 7-3 last night, but they stranded 10 runners on base, 8 of them in scoring position, and 5 runners at third base. The 0-1 pitch, and Norby watches slider miss wide. It's a ball and a strike here. Matt Frisbee, a 6'5", 215-pound, 25-year-old right-hander from Chandler, North Carolina. 15th round selection in 2018 by the Giants out of UNC Greensboro. The 1-1 is popped up. Left side of the infield, now to shallow left. Tyler Fitzgerald, the shortstop, makes the call. And the catch, the left fielder nearly colliding with him. Tristan Peters did brace up against the shortstop, but I think it might have been more so in a joking fashion. There's 2 away. Baysox are in their alternate orange uniforms today. Black block Bowie across the front. White pants, white caps. Richmond in their alternate blacks today. The white R logo on the front left breast. Gray pants, red cap. As Kobe Mayo steps up, .270 average and a .747 OPS for Mayo in 24 games with Bowie. First pitch into the right-hander, and he rips it on a line foul. Third base side, it's off of the wall just in front of the Richmond bullpen, and it's 0-1 to start. 3 doubles and no triples for Norby, 3 home runs and 11 runs batted in this season. As we're scoreless here in the bottom of the first inning, neither side with a base runner just yet. Justin Armbruster only needed 5 pitches in his half of the first. The 0-1 pitch to Mayo, and it misses outside. Slider runs it even at a ball and a strike. Meanwhile, that was only Frisbee's 7th pitch. So he's not as even with Armbruster right now, but he's still pretty efficient out of the gate. Here's the 1-1 to Mayo, and he watches a slider called for strike in the lower outside corner. Well-placed pitch. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Frisbee is 5-9 on the season, a 5.23 ERA in 24 games, 23 starts, 125 in 2/3 innings with 116 strikeouts. The 1-2 pitch, and Mayo knuckles it foul in on the hands, a fastball, and it stays. Now, Frisbee's strikeout numbers were a little bit lesser until he turned things around in a series against Portland. It was a road trip, as a matter of fact, that started in New Hampshire, went to Portland. And he's been great since. He struck out 13 Sea Dogs back on August 10th. The 1-2 to Mayo is a called strike 3 on a 2-seamer outside. Good pitch by Frisbee. Ends the inning on his first strikeout. On to the second inning as neither side registers a base runner in the first. We're scoreless. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. Well, as the baseball season winds down, that means we've got to get ready for football. Friday, September 9th, it's the Baysox football kickoff night at Prince George's Stadium. Getting ready for the college season and the pro season, the Baysox will be giving away a special Adley Rutschman bobblehead. Remember, Adley played college football before he joined the Orioles. It's a free bobblehead for the first 750 fans ages 13 and up. So be sure to join the Baysox football kickoff night on Friday, September 9th. Get your tickets at baysox.com.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
On to the second inning here in Bowie as we've got a scoreless game, a combined 15 pitches in the first inning. 5 by Justin Armbruster, 10 by Matt Frisbee. Frisbee struck out a batter while each pitcher still worked perfect. As Will Wilson leads off for Bowie, Armbruster will face 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup. Wilson with a .240 average and a .781 OPS this season. First pitch and he cracks on the line out toward deep left center. Watson sprinting, closes the gap and leans down to make the catch. He had some long strides on that fast run. 90 miles an hour off of the bat, and that one was pretty much split between the two fielders. Good speed by Watson there. One away, 6 pitches for 4 outs from Justin Armbruster. Here's Casey Schmidt. .369 average and a .1018 OPS in 21 games for Schmidt. He's been a great bump up from high A Eugene this season, 9 doubles and a triple. First pitch home, and he watches off speed. Curveball called for strike in the lower inside corner. It's 0-1. Schmidt had 2 hits yesterday. A double in the second inning. That was his first plate appearance. And then a critical 2 RBI single in the third that really put Richmond ahead. The 0-1. Slap the other way, and it's quickly 0-2. So while Armbruster has retired all 4 batters he's faced, this is actually the first 2-strike count that he's reached. The first count that he's seen to reach either 2 balls or 2 strikes. That's how fast he's been working against some of these batters. Shift on as the 0-2 pitch is inside, nearly hit him. Schmidt had to peel back on an up and in slider that didn't necessarily move too much, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Well, Armbruster, 4-1 this season with a 3.81 ERA, 6'4", 230-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Bellevue, Washington. Fires the 1-2, and it swung on and missed for strike 3. High fastball at the chin, and Schmidt still goes chasing. First strikeout for Armbruster. He's retired all 5 batters today. Here's Tristan Peters, 196 average and a 534 OPS. 25 games for the other left-hander in the lineup today. Armbruster has 54 1/3 innings under his belt this season with 58 strikeouts, only 11 walks. Here's the first pitch. Misses just up and away, a fastball at 93. It's 1-0 to start. Armbruster has had one of the best strikeout-to-walk ratios for Bowie this year. I think he struck out 19 batters before he delivered his first walk in Double-A, the 1-0. Just misses again. Fastball barely outside. He's trying to trim the edges on the left-hander, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. First 2-ball count that Armbruster has worked to today. Bases empty, 2 outs here in a scoreless top of the second as the 2-0 pitch to Peters is well up and away. Fastball didn't grip right, and it's 3-0. Armbruster has allowed 10 home runs this season. Opponents are hitting him at a .219 clip. His last start was his shortest start of the year with the Baysox. As the 3-0 is on the outside edge of the zone, another fastball, and it's 3-1. But Armbruster was plagued by a bad first inning, and he pretty much inverted that tough first inning against Erie today. He needed 35 pitches in the first last week, only 5 pitches in the first today. The 3-1, swinging a hard hit ball out toward deep right field. This one's gone. Massive home run for Tristan Peters, his first in Double-A, and Richmond jumps ahead to a 1-0 lead. Well, the home runs burned Armbruster in his last start. 104 miles an hour off the bat, 363 feet away from home plate. 11th that Armbruster has allowed this season. He gave up 2 in the first inning of his last start, including 1 with 2 outs. Really need to avoid that from continuing today. Richmond didn't necessarily use the home run much yesterday, but they did have a big one, of course, in the 8th inning when Shane Matheny went deep, taking it from a 5-3 game to a 7-3 game. Here's Armani Smith. First pitch to him is called a strike. Change up on the outside edge of the zone, and it's 0-1. .235 average for Smith today, 634 OPS in 71 games. 12 doubles and a triple, 2 homers, 21 runs batted in. Next offering misses low. Curveball runs it even at a ball and a strike as Bowie trails 1-0 now here in the top of the second inning. They might need to respond quickly to Matt Frisbee in the bottom of the first, who set them down on 10 pitches. Here's the 1-1, and Smith watches a called strike. Sinker on the inside edge of the zone. Well-placed pitch for Armbruster. Shook off Smith just a tad, and it sets it at a ball and 2 strikes now with a chance to end the inning. Bases empty, 2 away. And now the 1-2 pitch is up and in. Fastball at 94. Had Smith peeling out from the box again. But that one a little bit closer to the shoulder, so understandable as the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Armbruster sets at the chin out of the stretch as per usual. And the 2-2. Slider just misses under the knees, and it runs the count full. First full count for Armbruster today. Opponent's only 3 for 18 against Armbruster on full counts, but 10 strikeouts and 10 walks. And as he moves quickly to come set once more, the payoff to Smith. Half swing, up and in, ball 4. Armbruster needs to get out of this inning quickly. Bowie has had trouble with that, especially from their starters over the last few days. Really one of the only starters that has seemed to be able to get past that little hump lately is Garrett Stallings. Chase McDermott did fine with it over a couple of tough innings in his win against Erie. Stallings pitched a quality start without really having too long of an inning against Erie last week. Here's Carter Aldretti. First pitch, and he fouls it off to the right side. It's 0-1. 204 average for Aldretti, a 604 OPS in 32 games. 6 doubles and no triples, 3 home runs and 17 runs batted in. After that 5-pitch first for Armbruster, he's up to 17 pitches here in the second inning. That's 17 in the frame, so not 17 total. He's at 22 total. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider outside, so quickly 0-2. But Armbruster ran into that long frame in the first inning of his last start. 35 pitches, allowing 2 home runs, and simply because of that, he wasn't able to get past the third. Bowie went into the bullpen for the 4th inning, and they actually got it close, but still lost by 1. The 0-2 is swung on and missed outside for strike 3. Armbruster strikes out Aldretti on 3 pitches to end the inning, but it goes a little bit longer than he would have liked. A 2-out home run and a 2-out full count walk makes it a much different frame than the first. Bottom of the second coming up, Bowie trails 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Bottom of the second here in Bowie as the Baysox trail 1-0. Solo home run by Tristan Peters in the top of the frame, doing the damage so far, and Bowie will try to maybe do something similar as they went down on just 10 pitches in the top of the first. Hudson Askin will lead off, then Cesar Prieto and Andrew Dashbach. 268 average for Askin and 825 OPS in 102 games, 22 doubles and 3 triples with 14 homers, 54 runs batted in. Frisbee steps back out of the wide, kicks high and fires the first pitch. Haskin fouls it off on the third base side. It's 0-1 to start. Well, with Cesar Prieto batting second in this inning, it's a prime opportunity for him to try and lay down one of his bunts. And with the wet grounds that we've had today, remember this game started about 7-ish minutes late just because of a light mist that had gotten a little bit heavy and popped up over the field entirely by surprise. The 0-1 pitch is again grounded foul. Third base side, it's 0-2 on Haskin. But those wet grounds really set up the prime opportunity for Prieto to try and lay down one of his bunts. So keep an eye out for that, especially if Haskin gets on base, as they've got a shift on for the right-hander. Haskin has had a good season against Richmond specifically. These two teams have really gone back and forth as the 0-2 pitch is bounced again up the third baseline, but this one just goes foul at the last moment. Casey Schmidt still gave it a play, wanted to see if he could whip it to first, and he actually got it there with a decent bit of accuracy, but the count stays at 0-2 as Haskin steps out of the batter's box and kind of wipes some of the sweat and light rain out of the eyes. 1-0 Bowie trails here in the bottom of the second inning. The Baysox are trying to at least maintain their positioning in first place, see if they could jump fully into first place, all depending on a little bit of help from Altoona. The 0-2 pitch to Haskin is down and away, bounces in, and it's a ball and 2 strikes on that low curve. Frisbee has made a couple of appearances against the Baysox this season. One of them was more or less disastrous. We beat him 10-0 in his first appearance. It was a career high in runs allowed for Frisbee, the 1-2, and Haskin again pulls it foul. That time a sinking fastball inside, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Frisbee had a much more routine start against the Baysox in his second appearance. He took a no decision, but eventually lost when Bowie broke ahead late. He gave up 2 runs on 5 hits in 4 2/3 innings, did strike out 6. But I've been saying it, Frisbee's strikeout numbers have been improving lately. Well, he was a contact pitcher in the first half of the year, the 1-2, and Haskin again pulls it. This one bounced foul up the third base line. Every single ball that Haskin has put into play has been fouled to third. That was the 5th pitch that he'd put to the left side of the field. So it stays at a ball and 2 strikes, as at the very least, Haskin is running up a little bit of the pitch count on Frisbee after the right-hander only needed 10 pitches for that perfect first inning. Maybe he can wear him out a little bit and, as I said, set up an easy pitch for Cesar Prieto to try his bunt against when he comes up to bat. Another 1-2, and Haskin muscles it out to right field now. Armani Smith is trailing back and curling around on it, now stopping. He makes the catch. So a lengthy plate appearance for Hudson Haskin finally comes to a close in the 7th pitch. And now with 1 away, here's Cesar Prieto. Matt Frisbee has retired all 4 batters he's faced so far. Frisbee is coming off of an okay appearance against Harrisburg last week. Richmond eventually won the game, but Frisbee left when it was tied at 4. He gave up 4 runs in 5 1/3 innings with 5 strikeouts, only 1 walk, but he did allow 9 hits. First pitch to Prieto, and there's the bunt attempt, but it's foul. He's always liable to try it on that first pitch. It was a slider outside of the zone, a little bit high as well, so Prieto wasn't really fully able to get it down as much as he would have liked. But as I was talking, the wet grounds really did what they were expected to do. That ball barely even got outside of the dirt circle from home plate. So it's 0-1 to start. Don't expect Prieto to try it again, however. As the 0-1 pitch comes home, and he pops it foul left side out of play. It's 0-2. I say it every time. Prieto is not the kind to bunt after the first pitch of a plate appearance. I believe he's attempted it once all season. And opposing defenses normally haven't gotten the memo, but it looks like Casey Schmidt, well, now with 2 strikes, Schmidt can play at a regular depth. Schmidt still was playing in, though, on that 0-1 pitch. The 0-2 here is lifted out to deep left field. Peters is running back. He stops in front of the warning track, makes the catch. 5 in a row set down by Frisbee to start the game with 2 outs here in the second inning, and now Andrew Dashbach will bat. 199 average for Andrew Dashbach this season, a 682 OPS in 92 games. 11 doubles and no triples. 12 home runs and 40 runs batted in. As Frisbee holds from the chin and fires the first. Dashbach watches inside. Fastball at 90, a little bit close to the knees, and it's 1-0 to start. Yeah, those strikeout numbers for Frisbee have been on a bit of a rise. Again, it all started on a 2-week road trip for Richmond that started against New Hampshire. Next pitch is a slider called for strike in the upper outside corner, 1-1. He made 2 starts on that road trip, one against New Hampshire, one against Portland, and in 11 1/3 innings, he struck out 22 batters, the 1-1, and Dashbach muscles it out to deep left field. Peters is running back. He looks up, feeling for the wall. He leaps, and there it goes. Andrew Dashbach says goodbye. His 13th home run of the season is a game-tying solo blast here with 2 outs in the second. 1-1, Bowie and Richmond. Eerily similar starts for these 2 starting pitchers, as Dashbach delivers it 374 feet away from home plate at 98 miles an hour. Each starter retired the first 5 batters with a strikeout mixed in before allowing a 2-out solo home run to the number 6 batter. Very peculiar. And now Zach Watson will bat. He's hitting 181 this season with a 539 OPS. 84 games played. First pitch home, and Watson watches slider miss. It's 1-0 to start on that pitch away. 10 doubles and 2 triples, 7 home runs, 27 runs batted in for Watson. As the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed outside. Curveball away, and it's 1-1. Watson has walked a little bit more above average against Richmond this season. And it's always good to watch him take a first pitch ball as well, as the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed again, down and away though. Same curveball from Frisbee. He just brought it a little bit low. And it's a ball and 2 strikes now. Bases empty, bottom of the second. Now a 1-1 game thanks to Andrew Dashbach. As Frisbee steps off the back of the rubber, descends the mound, and clears his cleats from a little bit of dirt with the spikes they have there behind the rubber. And now the 1-2 to Watson. High bouncer, pushed over towards short, a low hop where it's picked by Fitzgerald. Great play where he fires to first low and dug out from the dirt. Carter Aldretti receives it to end the inning. 6-3 putout. Great play all around from that Richmond infield. But Bowie ties the game. A 2-out solo home run by Andrew Dashbach. And as we move to the third, it's 1-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Well, we're on the last homestand of the regular season, which means only one fireworks show left this year. It comes your way on Saturday the 10th, part of the Repticon night here at Prince George's Stadium. So be sure to stop on by, and if you're able to stomach it, see a few live reptiles and exotic animals. It's all sponsored by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Should be a fun night. As we move to the third inning here, it's 1-1 between Bowie and Richmond. Justin Armbruster fires the first pitch to Ricardo Genovez, and it's swung on and missed high. Fastball from Armbruster, and it's 0-1 to start as Richmond sends 9-1-2 to the plate today. Here in the third, 213 average for Genovez with a 661 OPS in 46 games. Next pitch, and he bounces it over to the right side, just foul. It held up the line slightly before just slicing at the last moment and touching down to the right of the line, only about a foot in front of the umpire, so very easy for him to make that call. Quickly 0-2. 8 doubles and a triple for Genovez, 5 home runs, and 3 of them have come against Bowie this year. The 0-2 pitch, and he lines one out toward left. But Davis Tavares reads it the whole way, slides to his right by probably about 5 feet before making the catch. There's one away. A couple of hard-hit balls in this game off of Justin Armbruster. 3 lineouts, including 2 to the outfield. One went to Kobe Mayo at third base. But the Baysox I wrote down Mayo. I went to Hernandez. I'm not sure why I wrote down Mayo. But the Baysox have been able to rely on their defense well enough today as we've got a 1-1 game. Back to the top of the lineup, and the first pitch to Shane Matheny is bounced foul up the first base line. Just missed the bag. Nothing in 1 to start. Matheny flew out to center field, and the second pitch he saw back in the first inning. But Armbruster already on his second trip through the order. Needed just 27 pitches through the first trip. At least a quality opening there. You want to see it continue, as Armbruster, again, has been one of the most consistent arms for the Baysox here in the second half. The 0-1 pitch, called a strike. Changeup just found its way right down Broadway, and Matheny had nothing to do with it. So no balls and 2 strikes now. As Armbruster sets at the chin, they've got a shift on for the lefty, and the 0-2 pitch is just high. Fastball missed. Angulo tried to frame it, but it's a ball and 2 strikes. Well, since the promotion of Ryan Watson, Bowie had really been waiting a little bit more to find a new centerpiece of the rotation. The 1-2 is called strike 3. Slider on the lower outside corner. Third strikeout for Armbruster. The first one called, and there's 2 away here in the top of the third. But Bowie's not really been a team to designate what you could call an ace. They've just got quality pitching. And Armbruster has just been the most consistently reliant arm, just like Ryan Watson was in the first half. Watson was so consistent, he was named by Baseball America as the first pitch to Tyler Fitzgerald is popped up. Foul ground right side, potentially for Dashbach. He makes the call and the catch while crossing onto the warning track. We can finish that note about Watson later as Armbruster records another fast and perfect inning for the Baysox. He retires the side on, what was it, just 8 pitches. We're on to the bottom of the third. Bowie and Richmond are tied at 1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Bottom of the third inning here in Bowie as the Baysox and the Squirrels are tied at 1. 8-9-1 set to bat for Bowie with Andres Angulo to lead it off. Davis Tavares will follow, and then Daryl Hernandez after that. Matt Frisbee back to work. 17 pitches in the second inning, 27 overall. First pitch into Angulo is a slider, misses down and away. It's 1-0 to start. 269 average for Angulo, a 629 OPS in 7 games this season. A former Giants farmhand, spent all of 2021 catching with Richmond. And it's only his second game against his former team this season, as the 1-0 pitch is hammered out toward left field in the gap. Peters is running, he's looking up, and it's off of the warning track over the wall. An automatic double for Andres Angulo to lead off the third inning, and Bowie opens with a runner in scoring position here in the frame. Second double of the season for Angulo. That was a hot shot at 100 miles an hour, and it gives Bowie an opportunity to perhaps break ahead here with a leadoff runner in scoring position. Davis Tavares will follow. Yeah, and Angulo's first game against Richmond this year with Bowie, he went 2 for 4. So make it 3 for 5. That's a good run. Tavares just in his 6th game with the Baysox. He spent most of his season with High A Aberdeen. With Bowie, he's 150 this year with a 540 OPS, a double, no triples, does have a home run, 2 runs batted in. First pitch in from Frisbee, and Tavares takes a half swing. He got a little piece of it. Not sure if he would have even gotten back in time. Looked like he went the entire way. The ball finds its way into the glove of the catcher anyway, so it's 0-1 on that foul tip. Runner at second, no one out, a 1-1 game here in the bottom of the 3rd. As Frisbee sets, looks back runner at second, not being held on too much as the 0-1 pitch, and Tavares skies it foul to the right side. It'll get out of play to run the count at 0-2. But Tavares was brought up from High A Aberdeen actually a couple of days ago. He was in Erie with Bowie, but never had an opportunity to appear in any of the games. The Baysox have at least been able to get enough out of their bench lately. Tavares actually started the season with single-A Delmarva before jumping up to Aberdeen. As the 0-2 pitch is called strike 3. Sinker on the inside edge. Tavares watched it the entire way, thinking it would break down a little bit more, but it didn't. Held up on the corner, and that's the second strikeout for Matt Frisbee. Both of them have been called. And now Hernaiz will bat with a runner at second, 1 away. Hernaiz flew out to right field back in the 1st inning. Well, yesterday's game saw a lot of this. Bowie getting that leadoff batter on base, and more importantly, getting him into scoring position. What yesterday's game didn't see a lot of was getting that batter home, as the first pitch here is grounded to short, and it will not advance the runner. As Tyler Fitzgerald gloves and sends to first base, Hernaiz grounds out 6-3, and after a leadoff double, there's quickly 2 away. Connor Norby will bat to try and drive him in and break this 1-1 tie. Remember, Bowie stranded 10 runners on base yesterday in their 7-3 loss. 8 of those 10 runners were left in scoring position. 5 of those 10 runners were left at third base. And many times, Bowie got the leadoff batter on base before leaving him stranded. Norby popped out to the shortstop back in the 1st inning. And the first pitch to him here is called a strike. Changeup hit the lower outside corner, and it's 0-1 to start. But Frisbee is up to 34 pitches so far, so at the very least, the Baysox are increasing the pitch count a little bit more. After that 10-pitch first inning, they need to score some runs. As the 0-1 pitch is a fastball, misses down and away. A ball and a strike now. Norby has had plenty of time against Richmond already, since these two teams already had 9 games against each other in the second half before this series started. Norby with a .267 average and .821 OPS against the Squirrels. Both are very fine numbers, but they're both under his season totals. As the 1-1, Norby bounces it up the middle. Tough play at short. Scooped on the run by Fitzgerald. He bobbles the transfer, throws it high, and the tag is applied. Norby's out. Bowie wastes another opportunity with a runner and scoring position to lead off an inning. He's left stranded. We go to the 4th, a 1-1 game. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to baysox.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Well, fans, don't forget care's around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. Every Patient First has on-site labs, x-rays, and prescription drugs. Patient First, the name fits. We roll on to the fourth inning here at Prince George's Stadium. Moving quickly so far, especially after that little delay we had to start with a pop-up shower. But as Bowie and Richmond are tied at 1, Justin Armbruster is back to work. Only one hit allowed. An 8-pitch third inning that saw him retire the side. He faces Diego Rincones to start here. First pitch to Rincones misses outside, and it's 1-0 to start. Well, I was talking in the last half inning how Connor Norby has had an all-right season against Richmond. And then batters like Kobe Mayo and Hudson Haskin specifically have had good seasons against the Squirrels as the next pitch is up and away for a ball. Run to 2-0. Diego Rincones has had the best season against Bowie than probably any batter has had against any specific team this year in the league. As the 2-0 misses under the knees, changeup runs it to 3-0. Considering the amount that Rincones has seen Bowie, you figured it would tail off at some point, but it just never has. He's hitting .500 against the Baysox. The 3-0 is fouled off to the right side. He had the green light on a low fastball and doesn't make good enough contact. It's 3-1. We got a 1-1 game here in the top of the fourth inning as Bowie is trying to get back onto a winning track. They've lost their last two, one of them by walk-off fashion. As the 3-1 pitch is up and away, ball 4. Second walk given up by Armbruster today. And the first time that Richmond has gotten the first batter of an inning on base. Rincones has never been a stolen base threat, however. Heavy inning DH, hasn't even attempted one this year, but Armbruster is going to need to be careful. He's allowed at least one walk in each of his last 5 appearances now, and he's allowed 2 or more walks in 3 of his last 4 appearances for Bowie. That's very unlike him. First pitch to Will Wilson, misses inside. Changeup starts the count out at 1-0. Because again, Armbruster had the highest strikeout. Well, he still does have the highest strikeout to walk ratio for the Baysox. He didn't walk a batter for Bowie until his 4th appearance as the next pitch is fouled off. Back to the screen, it's 1-1. Armbruster made a start, then 2 relief appearances while piggybacking Matt Harvey, who was rehabbing for Bowie. And in that span, he struck out 16 batters before he walked his first batter. 1-1 game here in the top of the fourth inning. Runner at first for Richmond with none out. The 1-1 pitch to Wilson is down and away. Changeup runs it to 2 balls and 1 strike. And again, the efficiency is at least still there right now for Armbruster. You just need to see it continue. Give Bowie an opportunity as the 2-1 pitch is too far outside. Back-to-back 3-1 counts. Changeup didn't really locate too well. And it's still not helpful for the Baysox when their offense threatens but can't score to back up their pitchers. The 3-1 is lifted shallow right center field. Hudson Haskin calls as he runs down. Had to cover a lot of ground, but Buddy makes the catch. And there's one away here with a runner at first. But of course, Bowie is always keeping an eye on UPMC Park in Erie at the moment. Altoona has broken ahead to a 1-0 lead in that contest. They're into the bottom of the 5th. Bowie, of course, wants an Altoona win. They need to pick up a win of their own to try and break free from this tied Southwest Division. As Casey Schmidt steps in, first pitch. Schmidt muscles it out toward right field. Haskin jogging back, but looks to have it read. He's headed to the wall and makes the catch while crossing onto the warning track. Quick spin and fire back to the infield. Back-to-back flyouts to right field. One more of a pop-out. And there's already 2 away after that leadoff walk. But now here's Tristan Peters, who had the solo home run back in the 2nd inning. Peters hit it on a 3-1 count. They've got a mild shift on for the left-hander, but with runner at first, you've got to hold him on still. First pitch. And Peters watches a fastball called for strike just above the knees. It's 0-1 to start. Yeah, that's one of the biggest issues for opposing defenses, really any defenses, but that's the point of banning the shift in the minors as the 0-1. Misses outside, and it's a ball and a strike. When the left-handers come up to bat and you've got a runner at first baseman still has to hold that runner on. So the second baseman is pretty much the only one manning that side of the infield, the pull side against the left-handers. The 1-1 misses down and away, and it's 2 balls and a strike. So what a lot of pitchers may end up doing, especially when pitching to lefties, is working them outside of the zone, more so than they might normally. And it leads to more walks. The 2-1. Fastball misses inside. Another 3-1 count. That's the third this inning for Justin Armbruster. He's thrown 9 balls and only 5 strikes in this inning. The 3-1 here is inside, ball 4, second walk of the frame. Third of the day for Armbruster. You really hope that the muggy weather is what's causing this one, as Armbruster ties a season's high, a career high, with 3 walks allowed. It's going to lead to a mound visit as Josh Conway comes out for a chat. Gives us a chance to remind you about our friends over at Pest Now. They're a proud partner of the Bowie Baysox. They provide pest control services for Prince George's Stadium. If you've got really any problems with pest control, general pest control, if you've got termite issues or mosquito problems, obviously the mosquitoes in this kind of weather aren't going to be too active. But if you do have any problems, you can always give them a call. Pest Now, 301-231-8300, or visit them online at pestnow.com. It's got to be a quick meeting to just try and settle Armbruster down. He was definitely working too far around on the edges of the zone at first, and then tried to overbalance, or overcorrect, I should say, in the other direction, feeding too far inside to Peters, and then eventually just led to the 5-pitch walk. So now first and second with 2 away for Armani Smith, who walked himself back in the second inning. First pitch home, and Smith watches inside. Fastball looked a bit close, but still goes for ball 1. It's 1-0 to start. And Armbruster has not had a good strike rate here in this half inning, as we've got a 1-1 game in the top of the 4th. The next pitch home. Swing and a miss. Fastball high. And it runs the count even at a ball and a strike. Smith, 221 with runners in scoring position this season. See if Richmond does something with their first runner in scoring position. Of course, Bowie has had their trouble the last 2 days. 1-1. Down and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. $11 pitches outside of the zone in this half inning for Armbruster. Only 6 have gone for strikes. Now the 2-1. Slider outside. 3 balls and a strike. It's the 4th 3-1 count of the inning. That's not a sustainable pace for Bowie. And Armbruster is past the 3 innings he tossed last week, but this inning is really going to limit how far he can go today. The 3-1. Up high, and he's walked the bases loaded. A career high 4 walks for Justin Armbruster today. He's walked Smith twice. Admittedly, Smith does have a fairly high walk rate this season. But there's not really any more margin for error, as Armbruster is not having an easy time here in this inning for some odd reason. Here's Aldretti, who struck out on 3 pitches back in the second inning, but now with the bases loaded and 2 outs in this 1-1 game, Armbruster really needs to lock in. First pitch, and it misses. Slider down and away, 1-0 to start. 6 batters in this inning, only 2 of them have seen a first pitch strike. As Armbruster is suddenly having a oddly tough time in his second trip through the order. The 1-0. Skied foul to the right side and out of play. Runs the count even in a ball and a strike. Aldretti this season is already 3 for 5 with the bases loaded. He's got a grand slam. He's driven in 8 runs total, has only struck out once. But this is turning into a lengthy inning for Armbruster, and one missed pitch could really turn this game on its head. As Armbruster sets, the 1-1. Poked over towards short, very slowly hit. Hernai's gloves and underhands to second. Gets it there just in time to beat out Armani Smith. Fielder's choice goes 6-4 to end the inning. A near disastrous frame for Armbruster is averted, but he has walked a career-high 4 batters in just 4 innings. We go to the bottom of the 4th, a tie game, 1-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey fans, do you know your mud hens from your trash pandas? Then play Minor League Rundown, the official free-to-play game of minor league baseball, and compete for tickets and game day experiences. Rundown is made for masters of ballpark trivia. Playing is free and easy on any mobile device. Just head on over to www.ballyplay.com to sign up and play. Return for each open round to vie for more prizes, including the grand prize to attend Championship Weekend in Las Vegas this October. It's never been this fun to get caught in a rundown.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Bowie averted catastrophe in the top of the 4th inning as Justin Armbruster walked the bases loaded, something he had not done all season. He's walked a career-high 4 batters in this game, but stranded the bases loaded thanks to a ground out. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, Bowie wants to try and get ahead after they missed out in the last half inning. Kobe Mayo will lead off, then Hudson Askin and Cesar Prieto will follow. Mayo struck out looking to end the 1st inning. First pitch in from Matt Frisbee is lined to third but foul. Ripped a little bit too far up the line. Fortunately, Kyle Moore in the coach's box saw it quickly and ducked. It's 0-1 to start. It was a 9-pitch 3rd inning for Matt Frisbee, despite giving up a leadoff double to Andres Angulo. Bowie left Angulo at second base after striking out and then grounding out twice. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Mayo. And he takes a half swing. Couldn't pull back in time on a curveball down and away. It's 0-2. Well, we had those heavy clouds that led to really a hard miss that had kind of turned into a mild drizzle around first pitch, but they had dissipated. We actually saw a couple of glimpses of blue sky, but now the clouds have gotten as gray as we've seen all evening. The 1-1, and Mayo watches fastball miss down and away. That was actually the 0-2, so now it's a ball and 2 strikes. Base is empty, none away here in the bottom of the 4th, a 1-1 game. Here's the next. And Mayo drills it deep out to left field. This one is long gone. Kobe Mayo says goodbye. His 4th home run of the season is a massive blast in the 4th. And Bowie leads 2-1. I'll let you know when that ball finally lands. It's going to take a while. 106 miles an hour off the bat, 419 feet away from home plate for Mayo. Gives Bowie the 2-1 edge. And now here's Hudson Haskin. Well, Mayo had that game-tying solo home run in the 9th inning against Erie on Sunday. That one looked to be just about as high in the air. As the first pitch to Hudson Haskin is a sinker called for strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. That was a big home run for Mayo, and it continues what's been a great run for him over the last week and a half. The 0-1, and Haskin swings and misses. Change up outside, and it's 0-2. Mayo's got hits in 7 consecutive games now, longest streak of the season, and 11 of his last 12. He's now 17 for his last 46 at the plate. That's hitting well over 350 in 13 games. Excellent run for the right-hander. The 0-2 to Haskin, and he swings and just gets a piece. Bounces it over to the left side, and the count stays. Haskin flew out to right field back in the 2nd inning. Cesar Prieto on deck. He flew out to left. As Frisbee just waiting for the home plate umpire to get back behind home plate here. Frisbee holds the 0-2 pitch, and it's way outside. A lot of run on that fastball, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. So Bowie leads 2-1 now here in the bottom of the 4th. This is one of those opportunities for the Baysox that they've really missed out on a lot this season. So it's fun to see it now as the 1-2 pitch is checked on. Curveball down, no appeal. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Haskin. All of the 1-run losses that Bowie have suffered this year have been in a similar vein to, the way that this game started. Getting runners on base, missing out on opportunities. As the next pitch nearly hits Haskin. Fastball inside his batter's box. He had to kick his legs out of the way. Barely missed his waist. From 0-2, the count runs full. But for Andrew Dashbach to hit a game-tying solo home run in the bottom of the 2nd, and Bowie not miss out on an opportunity here in the 4th, Kobe Mayo finding a very hittable pitch to serve out to left field. Shows the fight that Bowie has left in them as the 3-2 pitch is called for strike 3. Curveball hit the top half of the zone. Haskin thought it was going to hang up a little bit too high, but it worked its way in. 3rd strikeout for Matt Frisbee. All of them have been looking. And now it goes on to Cesar Prieto. Left-hander flew out to left field back in the 2nd inning. With just 1 out here now in the bottom of the 4th, Bowie leading 2-1. First pitch, and Prieto bounces it off of home plate. Foul ball opens the count up at 0-1. It's a good string of first pitch strikes for Matt Frisbee. He's done it to the past 6 batters he's faced. Of the 14 that he's faced, he's delivered a first pitch strike to 8 of them. And again, a mostly calm day here at Prince George's Stadium, aside from the unpredictable weather we've seen as the 0-1 misses wide to Prieto. It's 1-1. Those heavy gray clouds that we saw are just so low-lying, you can see them break apart and see the lighter clouds and a little bit of blue well above them as the 1-1 is swung on and missed down. Slider low and away. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. The lights have been on and doing most of the work, especially since that first rain shower hit, and you didn't really get much sunlight. 1-2 pitch to Prieto, and he fouls it off again. Fastball low and away. It goes to the left side. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes here. But a 2-1 Bowie lead on what's going to be a very quiet day. No matter how long it goes, it's just going to be a day to get by. Bowie just really wants to make sure that they can take this lead that they've built, build onto it, and come away with a win. As the 1-2 pitch misses down, I think it hit off the umpire a little bit. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Prieto. Does not feel either that there are only 10 games left in the regular season after today. 11 games left when you include today. Bowie will wrap up the final 4 games of this series with Richmond and then hit the road for 6 against Akron. I think that's part of the reason why it doesn't feel like there's 10 left. as the 2-2 to Prieto is lifted out toward left, but this one should stay in play as Peters doesn't really move. Makes a last-minute shuffle to his left, and he makes the catch. There's 2 gone. Prieto at least worked 6 pitches before getting there. And now here's Andrew Dashbach. Yeah, one of the things that I guess just goes perhaps a little bit unnoticed in terms of the adjusted scheduling that minor league baseball enacted after 2020 is that those 6-game series feel perhaps shorter and longer at the same time. As the first pitch to Andrew Dashbach misses down and away, it's 0-1. Dashbach homered in the second to tie the game at 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Dashbach watches called strike on the outside edge. Slider runs it to 0-2. Yeah, when you look ahead to the series, you don't think about it as being perhaps too long, but of course when you're in the midst of it and on the tail end of maybe a road trip, yeah, that 6-game series feels so much longer than pretty much any other part of the season. The 1-1 pitch, and Dashbach swings and misses on a fastball up and away. It's a ball and 2 strikes. With the bases empty and 2 outs here in the 4th. Now the 1-2 from Frisbee. Dashbach watches a called strike 3. 4 strikeouts for Frisbee, all of them looking, but a monstrous home run from Kobe Mayo, one of the biggest this season, gives the Baysox the edge. 2-1 as we move to the 5th. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org, and let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip. Because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Moving on to the 5th inning here in Bowie. A 2-1 Baysox lead as Justin Armbruster is going to try and put together a more efficient inning. Needed 24 pitches for a scoreless 4th. First pitch to Ricardo Genovez is swung on and missed. Change up high, and it's 0-1 to start. 9-1-2 to bat for Richmond in this frame with Genovez, Shane Matheny, and then Tyler Fitzgerald. Armbruster walked 3 batters in the 4th inning. Didn't allow any other base runners. So fortunately stranded the bases loaded, but the fact that he got there was still troubling as the 0-1 pitch is a slider down and away, and it's a ball and a strike. Yeah, Armbruster had never walked more than 3 batters in any appearance of his career, and he's at 4 today. Here's the 1-1. Misses inside. Change up, runs the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Zone may be a little bit thin, but it's not egregious, and I don't think any team is going to get too upset about the way that it's been called today. The 2-1, popped up foul, right side. This one will get out of play. Andrew Dashbach gave it a couple steps, but he doesn't even cross the foul line. It's 2-2. Yeah, the zone is a little narrow, but it's playable for both sides. It's not anything bad. Armbruster just needs to adjust. That's all it is. Genovez lined out to left field in the 3rd inning. Didn't really get too far from Davis Tavares as the 2-2 pitch here is lined to 3rd, right where Kobe Mayo drops to a knee and picks it out of the air. Not a hard line drive. Slider down and away. meant Genovez had to reach for it. Mayo had plenty of time to just drop down and pick it up. There's one away. But there have been a lot of line drives in this game. That's the fourth line out. 2 of them on the infield, 2 in the outfield. Back to the top of the lineup for Shane Matheny now as Bowie leads 2-1. First pitch, and Matheny swings and misses. Fastball low and inside, and it's 0-1 to start. But as Bowie holds on to the edge, of course, we're getting more routine scoreboard updates from Erie. As the 0-1 pitch, a bunt attempt up the third base line, but foul. Matheny got in on it pretty well, but that sinker was just a little bit too low on the bat. Matheny didn't have the right angle, and it's 0-2 on the foul bunt. I mean, hey, if you've got the shift on, which Bowie did, and only 1 strike, you go for what you're at least confident and capable of. Matheny feels like he is, so why not? Matheny's 0 for 2, a strikeout looking in the third. He flew out to center field in the first. The 0-2 pitch here is up and away. Fastball runs it to a ball and 2 strikes. Only 3 strikeouts for Armbruster so far. Matheny is the only strikeout that Armbruster had on his second trip through the order. The 1-2. Lifted in the air to shallow left. This one should be played by the infield as Hernaiz ranges out. The shortstop makes the catch only about 10 feet from the dirt. So 2 gone. And now here's Tyler Fitzgerald. Still only 1 hit for Richmond today. They've just been threatening with those walks. Tristan Peters had the solo home run in the second inning. That's been it. But as we tease on the scoreboard updates, Erie is trailing Altoona still 1-0. First pitch, and it's a called strike to Fitzgerald. 0-1 on a slider up and in. 0 for 2 day for Fitzgerald. A fly out to right field in the first. He popped out to first base in foul territory on the first pitch he saw in the third. Next offering here is swung on and missed. That was a quick pitch from Armbruster, and it runs it to 0-2, a low and in changeup. Bowie leads 2-1 here in the fifth. Trying to break ahead and get back to 500 this year. The 0-2 pitch. Hard hit ball, deep left field. Tavares running back. He looks to have a beat. Does he see the ball? Yes, in front of the warning track, he makes the catch. Now, the way he threw out that right arm made it look a little bit scary, but Tavares had it. And the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Justin Armbruster. Halfway home here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie leads 2-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by as always. As we move to the bottom of the fifth inning, Matt Sabatis with you from Prince George's Stadium. Weather-wise, hadn't necessarily been the best night, but hey, Bowie leads 2-1. What more could you ask for out of that? Zach Watson will lead off as Matt Frisbee continues on the mound for Richmond. He's up to 57 pitches so far through 4 innings. He needed 21 of them in the 4th inning, despite allowing only 1 base runner. First pitch to Zach Watson is just high. Curveball looked like it probably could have gone in the top half of the zone, but it's 1-0 to start. Watson, Andres Angulo, and then Davis Tavares will bat. As the 1-0 pitch is hammered out to deep left field. Peters is sprinting back out toward the alley. He looks up, and it is gone. Zach Watson says goodbye. His 8th home run of the season. Second straight inning, the Baysox have opened the frame with a jack, and they lead 3-1. 384 feet from home, leaves the park at 99 miles an hour. RBI number 28 for Watson as well. Saw a low and in slider and was able to muscle it out toward the alley. That's where Bowie has hit all 3 of their home runs tonight, out toward deep left and left center. But a little bit of cushion now as they lead by 2. First pitch to Andres Angulo is bounced to short. Good sliding grab by Tyler Fitzgerald. Uprights and spins a throw to first. Carter Aldretti picks it out on a bounce, and there's already one gone. Angulo had the first pitch double in the 3rd inning, so he's gone on the first pitch in both frames here. That was a great play by Fitzgerald. It just came so fast after the home run, we didn't get much time to discuss it. So 2 pitches, and Frisbee's already seen 2 batters. But now here's Davis Tavares. Frisbee has been much like a tough, almost Garrett Stallings-esque pitcher for Richmond this season in terms of the home runs he's allowed. First pitch to Davis Tavares misses low. Curveball starts it out at 1-0 because Frisbee has now allowed 23 home runs this year. He's been getting up there in terms of home runs allowed for the Squirrels in their franchise as the 1-0 is swung on and missed low, a curveball, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. Slider misses outside, and it's 2 balls and a strike on Tavares, who struck out looking on just 3 pitches back in the 3rd inning. But Bowie leads 3-1 here. Trio of solo home runs getting it done for the Baysox as the 2-1 pitch is called a strike. Fastball, bit generous on the outside edge, and it's 2-2. Well, I was talking a little bit about it yesterday, and especially pivotal when Bowie did not pick up a home run in yesterday's game. But the home runs were so critical in Bowie's attack with Erie as the 2-2 is a half swing, poked up the first base line. Tavares didn't mean to make contact, but the ball goes foul, fortunately for him, so the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, Bowie did not have a home run in yesterday's game, despite collecting 8 hits. He actually only had 1 extra base hit in the entire game. It was an Andrew Dashbach double. But their 8 home runs in the Erie series were all pretty important as the 2-2 is lifted on a line to left center, sneaks through the gap for a base hit. Tavares, he kind of have to stick his bat out there for a slider. But he's got his first hit of the day. And now Daryl Hernaiz will bat on an 0-for-2 day. Yeah, Bowie had 8 home runs in the Erie series. And as I was discussing and looking back, there was really only 1 home run that didn't play at least a sizable role in the outcome of the game. There were tying home runs, go-ahead home runs, and really only 1 home run. It was in the 15-5 game. Didn't really matter. First pitch to Hernaiz misses down and away, and it's 1-0 to start. But Bowie hit 2 home runs in that 15-5 game. 2-run blast by Toby Welk was pretty important because it really helped pad the lead for Bowie before Erie made a late charge. Bowie led 15-3 at one point before Erie put on a couple. 1-0 pitch. Misses outside to Hernaiz, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Bowie gets an arm up in the bullpen. So Justin Armbruster may be done as Connor Loprich is getting loose. Armbruster is at 68 pitches over 5 innings of 1-run ball, but again, he did walk a career-high 4 batters. As Frisbee steps off of the back of the rubber, Richmond also has a right-hander going. That's Tanner Andrews. Haven't said his name much this season. As the next pitch is popped up on the infield, right up the chimney. The third baseman makes the catch in front of the mound. Casey Schmidt had to run out a long way. Literally, that one was 33 feet And what is it, 1/6 of an inch between home and the mound? I'm trying to do that quick math in my head. It's halfway, if you're catching my drift here. 2 away. And now here's Norby with a runner at first, 2 away. 3-1 Bowie leads. We've not seen Tanner Andrews at all this season. 26-year-old from Indiana. Imagine he'll come in for the next half inning, if not sooner. First pitch to Norby, and he watches a slider miss well outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes to start. Norby has grounded out to the shortstop twice today. But so it seems Connor Lopridge will take the 6th inning for Bowie. Justin Armbruster will be in line for a win. As the 1-0 is called a strike. Just tabs the upper outside corner, and it's 1-1. Here's the 1-1, and Norby pushes it over towards short. Sliding over to Scoop Fitzgerald, and he underhands to Will Wilson at second base just in time before Tavares slid in. So fielder's choice goes 6-4 and it ends the inning, but the Baysox 3rd solo home run of the game, this one off of the bat of Zach Watson, gives Bowie a 3-1 edge. On to the 6th here at Prince George's Stadium, 3-1 Bowie. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Only one fireworks show left in 2022. It's Saturday, September 10th, when the Richmond Flying Squirrels come to town. First pitch is at 6:35. Hope to see you there.
Hey fans, do you know your mud hens from your trash pandas? Then play Minor League Rundown, the official free-to-play game of minor league baseball, and compete for tickets and game day experiences. Rundown is made for masters of ballpark trivia. Playing is free and easy on any mobile device. Just head on over to www.valleyplay.com to sign up and play. Return for each open round to vie for more prizes, including the grand prize to attend championship weekend in Las Vegas this October. It's never been this fun to get caught in a rundown.
On to the 6th inning here in Bowie as the Baysox lead 3-1. They dip into the bullpen for the first time today. As Justin Armbruster is calling it an evening after just 68 pitches, he's in line for the win. 3, 4, and 5 will bat for Richmond against Connor Lopridge. First pitch to Diego Rincones is called a strike on a high fastball. It's 0-1 to start. It was 5 innings for Armbruster with only 1 hit allowed, a solo home run by Tristan Peters. That was it, the 0-1. Smacked up the right field line, but it'll slice out of play. Hits off of the berm in front of the lighthouse as it goes to 0-2. But 3 strikeouts for Armbruster. He did walk a career-high 4 batters, including 3 in the 4th inning. Led to a bit of a dicey scenario. The 0-2 pitch, hard hit ball to center field. Watson hesitates and sprints back. He gets there, closes the gap, and makes the catch up against the shoulder with his back still mostly to the infield. That was a good run. Another line out, this one to center field as Rincones is 0 for 2 on the day. Will Wilson will bat now. Armbruster is up for his 5th win of the season following that 5-inning performance. As Connor Lopridge takes over, 6'3", 215-pound right-hander. First pitch into Will Wilson is sliced out to the right center field gap. This will fall in for a base hit, roll to the wall, and Wilson will have a chance for 2, maybe 3. He'll cut it at 2. Doesn't want to risk it as Richmond gets their first runner into scoring position since the 4th inning. Wilson picks up his 6th double of the season. A 1-out two-bagger here in the 6th inning. After he went hitless in yesterday's game, Richmond now brings a tying runner to the plate as Casey Schmidt will bat. Schmidt has had a very good season. He's 0 for 2 on the day, however, on a 6-game hit streak. Lopritch on the season for Bowie has made 28 appearances, gone 2-1 with a 4.57 ERA, 65 innings under his belt this year. As the first pitch in, Schmidt swings and misses. Fastball well outside, and it's 0-1 to start. 70 strikeouts for Lopritch, 25 walks. He has allowed 10 home runs. But again, when you look at the full season line for Connor Lopritch, it doesn't tell you the full story. You need to split it between the two halves. As the 0-1 pitch to Schmidt is lifted out toward right field. Haskin has a beat on it, though. Makes the catch. The runner will tag, but he holds up. Haskin fires a missile in toward the infield, where it's picked up by the shortstop. Wilson didn't want to risk it. Fly out to right, and there's 2 away. So since the start of the second half, it actually started with 2 scoreless innings against the Flying Squirrels. Connor Lopritch is 1-0 with a 1.88 ERA for Bowie. Again, a tale of 2 halves is no more exemplified by any pitcher than Connor Lopritch. Left-hander Tristan Peters now with runner at second, 2 away. First pitch home, and it just misses down. 1-0 to start. Lopritch is coming off of 3 consecutive scoreless outings. One of them earned him a win, one of them earned him a save. He struck out 7 batters over the span, has not allowed a walk, and allowed only 4 hits. 1-0 the count on Peters. He walked back in the 4th inning. Next pitch in, and it's a fastball called for strike on the outside edge. It's 1-1. Richmond is back to warming up the right-hander as Tanner Andrews will come in for the next half inning following 5 frames from Matt Frisbee. With Bowie ahead 3-1 on a trio of solo home runs. The whole day has been solo home runs. 1-1, and Peters watches another called strike. Fastball on the outside edge, it's 1-2. And the second half, Lopritch's strikeout to walk ratio is perhaps even a tad better. 29 punch-outs against just 7 walks. 8 of his home runs came in the first half, only 2 here in the second half. The 1-2, down and inside a slider, couldn't get him to chase too far in, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. But Connor Lopritch has turned himself into the best reliever in the Baysox bullpen. It's pretty much been him and Easton Lucas as 1A and 1B that you can split between right-hander and left-hander. The 2-2. Bounced up the middle of base hit. They had him shifted, so this will score a run as it kicks up a lot of the dew on the grass. Around third and home is Will Wilson as Tristan Peters drives him in with an RBI single. It's a 1-run game. Bowie leads 3-2. So both runs driven in today by Tristan Peters. That's where the shift ban hurts you, as Bowie, of course, normally, if it's in the majors or if the shift ban wasn't here, they would have had the shortstop on the right side of the infield to easily play that ball. But instead, Peters collects his second RBI of the day, 14th of the season, and he represents a tying run on base now for Armani Smith. That's the first run allowed by Connor Lopritch since he gave up 2 runs to Somerset back on the 20th of August. First pitch into Smith, misses outside, and it's 1-0 to start. Smith has walked twice today. He's not gotten past first base, however. Got there on a full count in the second inning, a 3-1 count in the 4th. As the 1-0 pitch is lifted out toward deep right field in the corner, but it's slicing. It'll get out of play. Run the count even at a ball and a strike here on Smith. So fortunately for Bowie, they got that big home run from Zach Watson as insurance now. They're going to want to increase when we get to the 6th inning against Tanner Andrews. Again, a pitcher that Bowie has not seen yet this season. Here's the 1-1, called a strike. Fastball in the lower inside corner, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. At the very least for Lopritch, he's working ahead on all of these batters. That was something that Justin Armbruster was clearly having a little bit of trouble with here in this game. With that career-high 4 walks. The 1-2 misses down and away, rolls away, and Angulo will not try for the runner advancing. Peters sprints into second, Angulo just lets him take it. Wild pitch puts tying run in scoring position. As the count runs even at 2, you can't get too complacent just because Richmond hadn't collected more than one base hit into this inning. They've already got 3 on the day, and they've got a tying run just at second base. Got to get that quick strikeout now. As Lopritch sets. 2-2 pitch. Lifted out toward deep right field. Haskin running on it to the corner, slicing and just touching down out of play. Out in the corner of the fence, probably only about 5-10 feet away from the foul line. Doesn't look like it would have gotten out of the park had it stayed fair, but it would have been trouble just with how far away it was from Haskin. But the count stays even at 2. Lopritch is at 17 pitches here in this half inning. If you want to see him go for a second frame, he really needs to finish it up soon. Lopritch shook off a couple from Angulo, but now he sets. The 2-2 pitch, down and away, and the count runs full. 3-2 Bowie leads here in the top of the 6th inning, but Richmond is starting to make things a little risky. Lopritch sets at the chest. And now a payoff. Swinging a poke right to the right side of the infield, but it'll trickle foul as Lopritch was giving it chase. Smith actually got in the way of the ball, practically put on a screen to let the ball roll foul. If Lopritch was able to get there before Smith crossed the ball, maybe he could have picked it up and tagged the runner, but instead the count stays full. That was the 7th pitch of the plate appearance. So Smith goes and clears a little bit of the wet dew off of his bat after dropping it on the ground. And he'll reset in the box. Runner at second, 2 away, a 3-2 count. Pitch home from Lopritch. Called for strike 3. Slider, backdoor, back in. And that's a big strikeout for Connor Lopritch to end the 6th inning. A run comes across for Richmond, a 2-out RBI single for Tristan Peters. And as we move to the bottom of the 6th, Bowie still leads. It's 3-2. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Bottom of the 6th inning here in Bowie as the Baysox are holding on to a 3-2 edge. They'd like to see that increase a little bit as they had a 3-1 lead just a half inning ago. New right-hander coming out of the bullpen for Richmond as Tanner Andrews takes over for his Richmond debut. He'd been in Double-A before, back as a farmhand of the Miami Marlins, but he's here with Richmond for the first time to face off against Kobe Mayo, Hudson Haskin, and Cesar Pareto. As Matt Frisbee is done for the day, Frisbee fired 5 innings, allowed 5 hits and 3 runs, all earned. He struck out 4 batters. All 4 strikeouts were looking. All 3 runs were scored on solo home runs, one by Andrew Dashbach, one by Kobe Mayo, and one by Zach Watson. First pitch into Mayo, and he watches inside. It skips away. Fastball was pretty much ticketed for his left hip, and it's 1-0 to start. Tanner Andrews, a 6'3", 220-pound, 26-year-old right-hander from Rochester, Indiana, traded over from Atlanta in 2021. The 1-0 pitch, and Mayo, he was too far ahead of a changeup. Bounces it foul over to the right side. It's 1-1. Now, Andrews never actually appeared as a Braves farmhand in any capacity. He was originally a Miami farmhand, drafted in the 10th round of the 2018 draft by the Marlins, as the 1-1 pitch to Mayo is an off-speed that misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike. But after he underwent Tommy John surgery that sidelined him for 2021, he was selected in the Rule 5 draft by Atlanta and then traded to San Francisco for cash considerations. The 2-1, and Mayo swings and misses. Fastball low, and it's 2-2. But he's been slowly working back up with the Giants this season. This is actually the 4th different level that he's pitched at. Rookie ball, single A, and high A. The 2-2 pitch, and Mayo watches down and away. Another off speed, and the count runs full here to open it up. With high A Eugene over in the Northwest League, Andrews had 4 appearances, only 4 total innings, allowed 1 run. 1 walk, struck out 8. The run was a solo home run. And now the payoff pitch into Mayo, and he gets a little crack, bounced over foul, third base side. Reaching for a fastball outside, it's still full. Mayo's solo home run in the 4th inning gave Bowie the lead, and they've been holding the lead since, but Richmond did get a bit closer in the last half inning. Bowie leads 3-2. Andrews has been around. He got drafted out of Purdue. And time called by Mayo. Or rather, who called that? Genovese or Mayo? I think it was Mayo. But Andrews did have AA experience in 2021 before undergoing the TJ surgery. But he only made 4 appearances with AA Pensacola, as the 3-2 is a high bouncing ball to short. Waiting on it for 2 hops Fitzgerald. He gloves and fires an on-target throw to first. Carter Aldretti receives at the chin, and there's 1 away. Mayo ran it to 7 pitches, but grounds out, and there's 1 away. Yeah, in those 4 outings with AA Pensacola before undergoing the knife, Andrews allowed 7 runs in 5 2/3, 3 home runs. He did strike out 9, though. He's got some good strikeout numbers under his belt as a pitcher. Hudson Haskin will bat now, 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out looking on a full count back in the 4th. 3-2 game. Bowie ahead here in the bottom of the 6th inning as the first pitch into Haskin just misses up and away. Change up, and it's 1-0 to start. Yeah, we've seen a few people like that, especially the quirks lately around missing the 2020 season have led to players not appearing with their original team. As the 1-0 is a fastball well outside, called for strike. It's been a normally good zone today, but that one was a bit of an aberration. A ball and a strike here on Haskin. Here's the next, and he bounces it foul, third base side, 1-2. Yeah, Garrett Stallings is a pitcher like that. He was originally drafted by the Los Angeles Angels and never appeared in a game for them. He worked at the alternate site for Los Angeles during 2020, but then got traded over to Baltimore. Here's the 1-2, and Haskin watches down and away. Another changeup runs the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was a pretty fast return for Andrews. He underwent Tommy John on July 7th last year. The 2-2, and Haskin gets a piece. Just a high enough fastball for him to nick it back to the screen, and the count stays. Yeah, he underwent Tommy John on July 9th, 2021, in his first appearance back after, going to the Braves and then eventually the Giants. So very difficult to manage that. Was on July 21st of this season, so just barely over a year. Very intriguing. And now here's the 2-2 to Haskin. Misses up and away after a time call. It's 3-2. Well, Erie has tied the game in the bottom of the 8th inning up at UPMC Park in Erie. Altoona had their chances, taking an early 1-0 lead in the 3rd, but couldn't do much more. And in the bottom of the 8th, it's a 1-1 game. Next pitch is lined out toward right center, but playable for Armani Smith. He sprints down and makes the catch. And 2 away after a couple of lengthy plate appearances. 7 pitches for each of the first 2 batters, and now here's Cesar Prieto. Yeah, so Bowie is going to hope for an Altoona rally in the top of the 9th inning, but Erie has a runner at 3rd right now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Meanwhile, Bowie would like to build some cushion themselves. As the first pitch to Prieto misses down, breaking ball under the knees, and it's 1-0. Prieto has flown out to left field twice today. Third baseman still playing a bit in as the 1-0 pitch. Oh, there's the bunt attempt, and he bunts it in the air, but it's just foul. Falls in as Casey Schmidt took a late attempt at diving for it, but I don't think he got a good route on the ball. When he finally started to hit the dirt, the ball was already on the ground and actually bounced into his chest. So only the 2nd time this season that Cesar Prieto has actually attempted a bunt on anything other than the first pitch of a plate appearance. Both times he's failed. So now it's 1 ball and 1 strike, still bases empty and 2 away. As the shift is on for the lefty, the next pitch. And he watches outside. Fastball at 95, runs it to 2-1. Still some good run, though, from Tanner Andrews, working on both planes. As the 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball again, more conservatively on the upper outside corner, and the count evens at 2. 3-2 Bowie lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And a fast-moving first few frames, and we've really slowed things down since. 2-2 to Prieto is a cracked bat, bounced slowly over to short, curling around and gloving at the feet. Tyler Fitzgerald makes a sidearm toss to first, and it's in time. Baysox go down in order despite a lengthy 6th inning, as Tanner Andrews needed 19 pitches to get it done. 7th inning coming up. Bowie leads 3-2. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Well, don't forget about the Repticon Night coming up at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday the 10th. Exotic animals, live reptiles, all for you to see, maybe even interact with a little bit. I guess it all depends on how squeamish you are. I personally won't be partaking too much, but it's the final Congreos Fantasmas de Chesapeake night of the season as the Baysox don their alternate identity. That all comes on Saturday the 10th. Get your tickets at baysox.com. 7th inning here at Prince George's Stadium, a 3-2 Bowie lead as the first pitch into Carter Aldretti is called a strike. Fastball tails onto the lower outside corner of the zone. It's 0-1. Second inning of work for Connor Loprich out of the bullpen. He allowed a run on 2 hits in the 6th. Gave up a double and a 2-out RBI single. The 0-1 pitch to Aldretti is a curveball called for strike on the top half of the zone. Well-placed pitch. 0-2. After Aldretti, Ricardo Genovez and then Shane Matheny will bat. Aldretti is 0 for 2. He hit into a fielder's choice back in the 4th. The 0-2 pitch popped him up on the infield behind home plate. Shedding the mask Angulo, but it will get out of play. Bounces off of probably only the 3rd step of that lower bowl. And the count stays at 0-2. But Richmond gets another arm up and tossing in their bullpen. That's left-hander Daniel Tio. As they've got a hard shift on here for Aldretti. Next pitch home is poked over deep in the hole at short, and it's passed. A long slide by Daryl Hernaiz. Shift was too hard for Bowie. And Aldretti singles through it. He's got hits in 3 consecutive games now. Tying run opens the inning on base for Richmond. Bowie needs to be careful here, as Loprich has allowed 3 base hits against just the 6 batters he's faced. And now Ricardo Genovez, who's hit Bowie pretty well this season, will bat. With tying run at first and no one out in the 7th. Genovez 0 for 2. He's lined out twice. First pitch misses high. 1-0 to start on a fastball. Aldretti has attempted 3 steals this season. He's been caught twice. Andres Angulo has caught 3 of the 4 stolen bases attempted against him this year. Here's the 1-0. Misses low. Fastball looked a bit close at the knees, but it goes to 2 balls and no strikes. As Loprich sets here, Bowie up 3-2 in the 7th. Next pitch, and it's popped up again. Foul behind home plate. Angulo still gives it a look, but this one is more routinely out of play. Gets up to the 2nd level of the main concourse, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Genovez. Genovez has been one of those batters, much like Diego Rincones and a little bit like Will Wilson as well. You could say Shane Matheny, too, that has just had strong seasons against Bowie specifically, as the 2-1 is fouled off to the right side. Run the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. .259 average against Bowie, which is still nearly 50 points higher than his overall season average. He's not drawn a walk against the Baysox and actually strikes out more often against Bowie, but it's been the power. 3 home runs out of 5 total this year. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball misses high, and the count runs full. Well, this is going to be the last inning for Loprich. Just in terms of the total pitches thrown, he needed 21 pitches just for that first inning of relief. He's up to 28 already. And now the payoff here is floated out towards second. Big chance for a double play. Picked on a hop by Connor Norby. He turns and fires to Dashbach at first, and it's in time. Excellent read. A well-executed play by Connor Norby as Carter Aldretti had to hold up at first base. With the ball in the air, he was more or less going to be doubled up either way. Norby let it bounce in to go tag the bag and throw to first base to get the late-running Genovez out of the box. A 4 unassisted 3 double play eliminates that leadoff single and gets Loprich back on the ship. Here's Shane Matheny, first pitch, and he swings and misses. Slider down and away, and it's 0-1 to start. So maybe that's a bit of a jolt for Loprich. He can set down Matheny quickly and send us into the stretch. As Bowie leads 3-2 here in the top of the 7th inning, shift on for the lefty, and the next offering is called a strike. Fastball in the upper outside corner, it's 0-2. 0 for 3 today for Matheny, but he had that 2-run home run in the 8th inning last night. Can never be too careful with a big bat like his. The 0-2, check swing down and inside. An appeal says he held up. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Matheny's been a great batter this season after the 6th inning. When he's coming up late in game, especially as this leadoff batter, he's got 3 of his 12 home runs, and he's got an .833 OPS. A ball and 2 strikes, and the pitch from Loprich is a late attack on a fastball. It skies foul to the left side. Count stays at 1-2. That Richmond's got their lefty ready to come out for the bottom of the 7th. Bowie doesn't have anyone tossing yet. That double play really helped out Loprich as he looks to finish the frame. The 1-2 pitch, down and away. Slider runs it even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But 4 hits for Richmond today. Pretty much all of them had been pivotal until Aldretti was eliminated on that single here to open up this frame. 2-2. Called strike 3. Got him with a slider on the outside edge of the zone. Tough pitch against the left-hander, and Loprich made it work. Leadoff single doesn't matter. Loprich faces the minimum. And as we stretch here at Prince George's Stadium, Bowie leads 3-2. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom-tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
On to the bottom of the 7th here at Prince George's Stadium as Richmond makes another pitching change. Bowie leading 3-2. Hoping they can increase once again as they had a 2-run edge just a little bit ago. Andrew Dashbach will lead off. Zach Watson and Andres Angulo will follow as Daniel Teo takes over on the mound. Tanner Andrews is done. His first appearance with Richmond was scoreless. Perfect inning with 2 groundouts and a flyout. That was it. First pitch to Dashbach, and he watches a fastball called for strike on the outside edge. Good run inside to start the count out at 0-1. Dashbach 1 for 2 with a solo home run back in the 2nd inning. He tied the game with that blast as the 0-1 pitch misses down and inside. Slider in, it's a ball and a strike. Teo, a 6'5", 215-pound, 26-year-old left-hander from Sioux City, Iowa. Minor league free agent signed earlier this year by San Francisco. Steps back, kicks high, and fires the 1-1. Dashbach watches it inside for a called strike again. Slider is really nicking the edges of the zone well so far for Teo. He's only made 2 appearances with Richmond, 4 innings. Doesn't have a record yet, but a 2.25 ERA. The 1-2 pitch, and Dashbach watches high, a fastball misses. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. He struck out 3, walked 2, hasn't given up any home runs. And as the Baysox get a right-hander moving in the bullpen, that's the sidearm tosser, Nolan Hoffman. 2-2 pitch to Dashbach. He is swung on and missed in the dirt. Slider was well low, and Dashbach goes chasing. Teo starts his day with a strikeout, 5th overall for Richmond pitching tonight, and now here's Zach Watson. Bowie's riding the line right now. They really want to add on to it. 1-run games have been fun. I guess it depends on your definition of fun, since Bowie is 19-28 in 1-run games, but a decisive win would be comforting as the first pitch to Zach Watson misses up and away. It's 1-0 to start. Watson had another home run in the 5th inning. That made it a 3-1 game, so at the moment, that is the game's winning run. If we close at this 3-2 score, the 1-0 pitch, and Watson pulls back inside. Fastball at 94. A lot of run on these fastballs from Daniel Teo. It's just the location so far that has been somewhat hit or miss. 2 balls and no strikes, and the pitch to Watson is an attack on a breaking ball. Fouled off to the third base side as he went chasing low. Run it to 2-1. So Hoffman will take over for Loprich in the top of the 8th inning. Depending on how much he has in him and how quickly that 8th inning goes, it could be a safe situation for Hoffman. He could try to finish. As the 2-1 is just low. That fastball looked like it could have caught the knees, but instead it runs the count to 3-1. Hitters count for Watson. The 3-1. And he hits it over deep in the hole to short and under the glove of Tyler Fitzgerald. He had a long way to run on that one, and Watson thought about two. The throw comes back. Nope, it's cut off before going to first. Will Wilson had to hop up and keep it from getting away. Watson, though, picks up the single. Just enough into the deep hole. 6.5 hole there. And he's got 2 hits today. Big chance for Bowie to add on some insurance with runner at first, 1 away. Andres Angulo steps in. He's gone after the first pitch he's seen in both plate appearances. Hit an automatic double to start the 3rd inning, but was left stranded. He grounded out to the shortstop in the 5th inning, both on the first pitch. Lefty on righty, and the first pitch here. Angulo attacks it and slices it out to left center field for a base hit, headed toward the wall. Watson has the wheels. Does he get the wave? He does. Here comes the throw. The relay is late. Angulo goes to 3rd, and they've got him. But it's an RBI double for Andres Angulo, and Bowie leads 4-2. Second out of the inning, and the second double of the inning for Andres Angulo. His 4th RBI with the Baysox. Yeah, you could kind of see that one written in the cards as the relay throw had gotten so late to home that they weren't going to try and get Watson. They were going to try and get Angulo. And as soon as that throw crossed second base, he started his charge to 3rd, and he instantly fell into the trap. That was a well-executed defensive assist by Shane Matheny in center field as Angulo is eliminated for the second out of the inning. First pitch to Davis Tavares, misses just under the knees. It's 1-0 to start. Looked like it could have gone for a strike there. But the next pitch in, and it's a curveball called for strike in the upper inside corner. Run the count even at 1 on Tavares, who's 1 for 2 on the day. Single to left field back in the 5th inning. So Bowie getting that insurance run back as the 1-1 pitch is a swing and a miss. Fastball lower inside corner, and it's 1-2. What are the lottery numbers on that throw out there? It goes 8-6-2-5 to get Angulo. Center fielder, shortstop, catcher, and then 3rd base. As the 1-2 to Tavares is lifted out toward right field on a line but out of play. And the count goes to 1-2. Altoona and Erie have moved to the bottom of the 9th, still tied at 1. Seawolves have a winning run at first base, but there are 2 outs, so they might see extra innings. As the 1-2 pitch from Tio is up and away, fastball, and the count runs to 2 balls and 2 strikes here. So a little more breathing room for Nolan Hoffman when we move into the 8th inning, but we just needs to pick up 6 quick outs to wrap this one up. 2-2, and another foul hit over to the right side on a high fastball. And the count stays. But at the rate that Tio is throwing in this inning, maybe he doesn't even come out for the bottom of the 8th. Richmond's bullpen has been a little bit slow today. A little bit, well, not necessarily depleted, but they've had to make a couple of shifts lately as the 2-2 is poked over towards second. Running and charging to grab in the baseline, Will Wilson sends it over to first, and it's in time. 4-3 putout ends the inning, but an RBI double from Andres Angulo gives Bowie an additional run. As we go to the 8th, Bowie leads 4-2. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Well, fans, don't forget about our friends at On the Green Incorporated. They're celebrating 25 years of providing custom lawn care and pest control programs. If you've got any problems with your residential or commercial lawn, they guarantee quality results. So give them a call. You mentioned that you heard it on the Baysox broadcast, and you'll receive a discount on your first service. Enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Inc. by going to onthegreeninc.com or calling 410-695-0444. New pitcher on the mound for Bowie as we move to the 8th inning. Nolan Hoffman takes over with the Baysox ahead 4-2. He'll face 2, 3, and 4 in the Richmond lineup with Tyler Fitzgerald to lead off. First pitch, and Fitzgerald pokes it just to the left side of the mound. Charging it short, Hernandez can't make the transfer. Fitzgerald will reach on the single. He extends his hit streak to 4 consecutive games. Just a slow chopper. That wet grass doesn't help the scenario either. And Hernandez wasn't able to get it out of the glove in time. Would have been a tough play regardless if he did get it there. Would have been bang-bang to see if he even got it there in time. So now here's Diego Rincones as Hoffman has to deal with a tying runner and a heavy hitter at that in Rincones. First pitch in, and he pokes it up the middle again. A chance for a double play. Norby scoops on the other side of the bag. He steps on the bag, throws to first, but it's late. He gets the lead runner in Fitzgerald on a 4 unassisted. That was such a slow roller inside. Kind of sawed off the handle. Only got off of the bat at 45 miles an hour and barely got past Nolan Hoffman. He wasn't able to make a play on it, but fortunately for him, Norby was. Fielder's choice is just 4 unassisted, so 1 away and 1 still at first. Here's Will Wilson, 2 pitches and 2 batters away from Hoffman. Well, not away, but 2 batters through. Richmond is bringing in a pinch runner. Jacob Hayward will take over at first base for Rincones. He'll be a straight switch for the designated hitter. Hayward does have a little bit of speed, but he's only attempted 2 steals this season. With that side armor on the mound, of course, that will potentially add a little bit more intrigue to it. Maybe a couple of extra jump. First pitch into Will Wilson is called a strike on the upper outside corner. It's 0-1. Wilson is 1 for 3, doubled and scored in the 6th inning. Got to get you that final line on Connor Lopridge. 2 innings, 3 hits. He did allow a run. Struck out 2, didn't walk anyone. As Justin Armbruster is still the pitcher in line for a win today. Next pitch misses up and away. Fastball just barely out, and it's 1-1. Nolan Hoffman, a 6'4", 190-pound right-hander, Rule 5 draft selection in 2021 from Seattle. On the season for Bowie, Hoffman has made 15 appearances, gone 2-1 with a 3.10 ERA as he fires the 1-1, and it's called for strike. Slider on the inside edge, and it's 1-2. 20 1/3 innings for Hoffman. 21 strikeouts, only 5 walks. He's yet to allow a home run. As the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Slider outside. That sidearm delivery for Hoffman can be devastating against the right-handers. And there's 2 gone. As Casey Schmidt will dig in danger of losing his 6-game hit streak unless he gets something right now. 4-2 Bowie lead here in the top of the 8th inning. They'll have 3 outs coming up to try and add on some insurance before we move to the 9th. They'll have the top of the lineup to do it. First pitch, and Schmidt watches slider miss well outside, and it's 1-0 to start. 0 for 3 day for Schmidt. Struck out swinging on a 1-2 pitch back in the 2nd inning. He flew out to right field on the first pitch he saw in the 4th, and then did it again in the 6th on an 0-1 count. 1-0 here, misses high. Fastball runs it to 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Hoffman is making his 4th appearance with Bowie since returning from that lengthy stint on the injured list. He made 2 rehab appearances that went well, had 4 scoreless innings combined, and he's had 4 scoreless innings since returning to Bowie. Next pitch is called a strike on the bottom edge. It's 2-1. 2 of the appearances came against Erie. He actually picked up a win for the Baysox on the 30th. That was the game that they broke ahead in the 9th inning on a double and 2 wild pitches. 6-5 win to open that series. 2-1 here is a cracked bat. Well, not a cracked bat, but a foul. I think that was the thumb protector for Schmidt. It just went flying. That little piece of rubber that you just hook onto the thumb to give you a little bit extra protection while you grip the bat. Must have just slipped off and went sailing over to the on-deck circle for Richmond. But the little tick foul runs the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, a chance for Hoffman to work a scoreless frame. Runner at first. Here on this calm night at Prince George's Stadium. 2-2. Inside, and that hit his foot. Oh, that's the right foot, and that got a lot of Casey Schmidt. Ooh. Fortunately, only 81 miles an hour. The slider just didn't slide. So, Schmidt, yeah, okay, it's the left foot for Schmidt. That's my mistake. He tried to kick them both out of the way, and it got the left foot. Schmidt was leaning on the bat for a little bit, but now has thrown the bat away, is leaned down on his knees, hands on knees, I should say, still on his feet. And just talking with the manager, Dennis Pelfrey. The athletic trainer hasn't even come out to talk with him at all. Looks like Schmidt is fine to stay in the game for now, but that's base running that Richmond would really like to have on the base paths, because Schmidt represents a tying run. An extra base hit with a runner who's hobbled, as Schmidt is jogging up the line, but he can noticeably pick up the limp. So he's clearly favoring the good foot. I mean, a gap base hit with a hobbled runner like that could really take away your opportunity at a tie game. But Richmond is going to keep Schmidt in the game. We'll see if they keep him at third base for the bottom of the 8th inning, but now Tristan Peters will bat. Well, Hoffman against left-handers this year has had a much closer strikeout to walk ratio. First pitch to Peters is called a strike on the outside edge. Changeup, it's 0-1. His strikeouts have been much better against the right-handed batters, so we'll see what he can do with the lefty Peters, who had the solo home run and has driven in both runs for Richmond today. The 0-1 pitch, and he watches up and away. Slider looked like it could have gone in the upper outside corner, but it just missed, and it's 1-1. But as Bowie leads 4-2 here in the top of the 8th inning, Richmond is threatening again, first and second with 2 away. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Came to the heart of the plate, but obviously that movement out of the sidearm can make it difficult at points. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Hoffman sets. The 1-2 to Peters. Fisted foul over to the left side, gets out of play, and the count stays. They're moving on to the bottom of the 10th inning over in Erie. They've got the line score all mixed up here. They said Erie scored a run in the bottom of the 9th inning. They scored it in the bottom of the 8th inning. But Altoona scored in the top of the 10th, and they lead 2-1. Here's the 1-2. Just back up the mound. Going to be a tough play. It's short for Hernaiz. Behind the bag, he throws to first, and they don't get it there. They go home as the runner tries to score, and the tag is missed. And Gulo couldn't get it back in time as Hayward was able to sprint around third and score. It's a 1-run game again. Tying run is at second on an infield single for Richmond. Hernaiz rushed the throw to first. I shouldn't say rushed the throw, but by the time he got it there, by the time he got to the ball, it was already too late. And Hayward used the opportunity to sprint around third base. So Peters picks up his 3rd hit of the day. He's been on base all 4 times he's been to the plate, and it's going to lead to a mound visit with Josh Conway as Bowie has just been unable to truly close the door in this game. Richmond took a 1-0 edge in the 2nd inning thanks to Tristan Peters. He had a solo home run. Bowie built the lead up to 3-1 thanks to 3 solo home runs. One by Andrew Dashbach, one by Kobe Mayo, one by Zach Watson. Richmond got a run back in the 6th inning on an RBI single by Tristan Peters. In the bottom of the 7th, Bowie got one of their runs back. Andres Angulo with an RBI double. But now Peters didn't drive in that run, not an RBI. But he put the ball in play to bring in the run again. And now tying run at second for Armani Smith. First pitch home and a called strike. Slider hits the lower outside corner, and it's 0-1 to start. Oh, Peters actually does get an RBI on that play. So 3rd RBI of the day, 15th of the season for Peters. And now the 0-1. Half swing, slider missed low. And it's a ball and a strike on Smith, who's 0 for 1 on the day with 2 walks drawn. Richmond has a right-hander playing a little bit of long toss in the bullpen, but he's still got his hoodie on, so we can't tell you who it is just based off the number. 1-1 pitch. Fastball just misses high, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike here on Smith. Well, that sidearm can burn you a little bit, too. With the way the ball moves at points, it can be hard to pick up the way a ball plays on the zone. A couple of these pitches have looked like they've at least found a piece of the zone, but Hoffman hasn't been able to get as many called strikes as he'd normally like. The 2-1 here. Slider well outside, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike with first and second still 2 away. Richmond has done all of their damage today with 2 outs. All of it by Tristan Peters. Something that the Baysox just couldn't get done last night. The 3-1. Bounced over to third. A chance to end the frame. Scooped by Mayo. He goes to second low, but they get the force. Good scoop by Connor Norby. That is a tough play. One that a second baseman doesn't normally have to make. But Norby gets it there as Smith hits into the 5-4 fielder's choice. An RBI infield single for Tristan Peters gets Richmond a run closer once again. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, Bowie leads 4-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Bottom of the 8th inning here in Bowie as the Baysox are once again holding on to a 1-run lead. They've led by 1 at 3 different points this evening. They led by as much as 2 twice. It's 4-3 as Daryl Hernandez leads off. In the first pitch, he bounces it slowly to third. Scooped on the infield grass by Casey Schmidt. He gets it to first in time. 1 pitch, 1 out. Mr. Hernandez is 0 for 4 on the day. He had not gone after anything after the second pitch. Flew out on the second pitch in the first, grounded out on the first pitch in the third, popped out on the second pitch in the fifth, grounds out on the first pitch he sees in the 8th. It's an 0 for 4 day for Norby, or for Hernandez as Norby bats. An 0 for 3 day for Norby, and the first pitch to him is sliced out toward deep right center field. Smith's running back, looking up at the warning track, and this one's off the top of the wall. Norby will cruise to second base as it's bobbled by the center fielder. Norby's headed to third. He'll get in standing, a double and an error as the Baysox get that insurance run to 90 feet away. Fourth error of the season for Matheny. Well, that wet dew, that little mist that fell at the beginning of the game clearly affected the way Matheny gripped that ball. 12th double of the season for Norby. Fourth error for Matheny, and it's going to lead to a quick mound visit as Richmond has a right-hander tossing. It looks like this might be the change. Dennis Pelfrey gets the ball, and a new pitcher will come in for the Squirrels. As Kobe Mayo comes up to bat, Daniel Tillo is done. We'll tell you about the new hurler on the mound in just a second. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We continue on with the bottom of the 8th inning here at Prince George's Stadium. The Baysox hoping to rebuild their lead. They've been holding on to either a 2-1 or a 1-run lead all night. They had a 4-2 lead not too long ago. Richmond got it back within one with an RBI single by Tristan Peters. But Connor Norby, a one-out double and an error to put him at third base, has knocked Daniel Tillo out of the game and brought in Ryan Walker, right-hander, to face Kobe Mayo. Tillo is not done. Runner at third belongs to him. He finished with 1 1/3 innings, allowed 3 hits, and so far 1 run it was earned. Struck out 1, didn't walk anyone. As the infield plays in for Mayo on a 1 for 3 day. First pitch in, and Mayo watches a hard slider find its way to the inside edge of the zone. It's 0-1. That's a pretty low arm slot for Ryan Walker that helps out that slider. Really great movement on that opening pitch. Mayo had the solo home run in the 4th inning that pushed Bowie ahead 2-1 after they fell behind 1-0 early. The 0-1 pitch. And Mayo attacks another slider but pushes it foul to the right side. As the pitch went out to the other side, it's 0-2. Ryan Walker, 6'2", 200-pound, 26-year-old right-hander from Arlington, Washington. 31st round draft selection in 2018 by the Giants. Hold set. Facing mostly out toward left field while he drops to the waist. The 0-2 pitch, and Mayo bounces it slowly to third. Chance for a play at the plate. Low grab picked by Schmidt, and the tag is late. Norby scores. Fielder's choice makes it 5-3. RBI for Mayo, his 2nd of the day and 12th of the season. The insurance is good. Now, at the moment, that run is still unearned, but it could become earned on Tillo depending on how the rest of the inning goes. But he does now finish with 2 runs. We just have to decide on how many of them are earned. Hudson Haskins steps in. An 0 for 3 day for Hudson with 2 flyouts to right field, a strikeout looking. First pitch in, and he squares. Bunts it in the air, but foul. That one gets to the screen, as a matter of fact. Low and in breaking ball, and Haskin just got too far underneath it. 0-1 to start. Well, we're keeping our eye on Erie at the moment, as Bowie leads 5-3 here in the top of the 9th inning. They've moved on to the 10th inning over at UPMC Park in Erie. It was a 1-1 game. Altoona had a 1-0 lead into the 8th inning and couldn't maintain. They took a 2-1 lead in the top of the 10th thanks to that extra runner at second base, and they're in the bottom of the 10th right now. The 0-1 pitch, Haskin watches the slider, Missed too far inside, and it's a ball and a strike. But Erie is threatening. They've got tying run at third with still no one out. A wild pitch put the runner there. They also had a single, an infield single, to have them at the corners. Still no one out in that game, or in that 10th inning. Here's the 1-1, and Haskins squares again. Puts it off of his own body. It hit in front of home plate as he tried to run it up the line. Home plate umpire was quick to call it, and it's a ball and 2 strikes as Haskins tried to sneak in just one more opportunity. Bowie leads 5-3 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They'll go to the top of the 9th with Nolan Hoffman trying to log the save. It was a bit of a lengthy 8th inning for Hoffman. Featured 2 different infield singles and a hit by pitch. As the 1-2 to Haskin is swung on and missed for strike 3. He tried to hold up on the slider down and away, but couldn't. Home plate umpire takes him out on it instantly. First strikeout for Ryan Walker. 6th overall for Richmond pitching. And now here's Cesar Prieto. Well, if Prieto is put out, then the run on Tillo would be unearned. If Prieto can maybe pick up a base hit here with 2 outs, then it would turn into an earned run. We'll just have to see. Prieto's 0 for 3. Flew out to left twice, grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. First pitch home, and he smacks it foul the other way. Good distance on that one, but it's 0-1 to start. (5-3) Bowie leads. It has been just a slow march in this game. No team has put on a multi-run inning, despite all 8 runs. 0-1 pitch, and Prieto watches outside. Slider runs it even at a ball and a strike. Well, that sidearm work from Ryan Walker has actually been surprisingly helpful against left-handers. I guess he locates well on the inside edge with that slider. Next pitch, popped up, out toward shallow left, headed toward the line. Peters in the bullpen. He can't make the catch. It was on the bullpen mound. That's the hardest place to play it. Fortunately for Peters, he knew the mound was incoming, so he made sure to not trip and fall, especially in these slightly muddy conditions. Fortunately, the day has gotten clearer. But Peters just wasn't able to get it as he tried to climb the mound. Well, a big turnaround in that Altoona-Erie game. The relief pitcher picked off a runner at first base, and they got a tag at home plate for 2 outs. Altoona still leads 2-1. The 1-2 to Prieto is called strike 3 on the inside edge. The inning is over. It was an unearned run on Daniel Tillo, but Bowie brought it home anyway. A double and an error to put Norby to third, and a fielder's choice with an RBI for Kobe Mayo. As we go to the 9th, Bowie is 3 outs away from a win. They lead 5-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the D.C. area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
We're on to the ninth inning here at Prince George's Stadium. Thank you so much for stopping by this evening. Same this evening, same as every evening. Matt Sabatas with you. Always a pleasure to have you along as Bowie leads 5-3 into the ninth. Nolan Hoffman will continue on the mound to try and finish out a save. If he can get it done, it would be his first this season. He blew a save earlier this year, but that was back before he hit the injured list. He's going to face off against 8, 9, and 1 in the Richmond lineup here to try and get it done. Carter Aldretti will lead it off. First pitch in, and Aldretti takes a hack, bounces a fastball over to the right side foul. It's 0-1 to start. After Aldretti, Ricardo Genovez, and then back to the top of the lineup, Shane Matheny, as Bowie leads 5-3 here in the ninth. Aldretti is 1 for 3, had a single to lead off the seventh, but was doubled up. The next batter, the 0-1, lifted foul again to the right side, and it's 0-2. But Hoffman is trying for a second inning. He tossed 2 scoreless innings in his opener against Erie. That was on that Tuesday. He picked up the win. Today he's trying for the save. As the 0-2 pitch is well outside, and it goes to a ball and 2 strikes. They've gone final up in Erie. A 10-inning win for the Altoona Curve, 2-1. Colin Selby had nearly blown the opportunity, but boy, did he recover. The 1-2 pitch, late check on a breaking ball down and away, and it's 2-2. Selby had runners at first and third with no one out, but he picked off the runner at first, and a bouncing ball on the infield led to a play at the plate for the second out. As the 2-2 pitch here is hit up the middle, off the mound, and it's off Norby's glove as he tried to slide on it behind second base. That'll be a single for Aldretti, just in terms of how hard of a play that was going to be for Norby. But his second hit of the day, and it brings tying run to the plate in Ricardo Genovez. So now Bowie is in control of their own destiny here into the final, 10 games of the regular season. If they can pick up the win, they'll move back into sole possession of first place. They just need to hold on to this 2-run edge. Here's Genovez, 0 for 3 on the day. He hit into the double play in the seventh. First pitch here, and he slaps it foul to the right side, 0-1. 46 games for Genovez. He hasn't actually hit into that many double plays. That was only the 5th this year. He does hit it on the ground a little bit more often. But a hard shift on for the right-hander as the 0-1 pitch is a cracked bat in on the handle, slowly poked to third. Mayo gloves on the grass and can only go to first. A low throw gets by. Dashbach missed it entirely. Runners advance a base, and they're going to try and score. Dashbach throws from deep in right field. The tag is not applied. Run scores, tying run at second base. No one out here in the ninth. It's 5-4. But we just can't close it out today. They've gotten so close so many times, and Richmond just won't go away. So Genovez reaches second on an E5. 5th error of the season for Mayo in 14 games at third. And now here's Shane Matheny, who had the big 2-run home run, as Richmond is making another pinch runner. Brandon Martirano will take over. He's liable to work behind the plate. Matheny had the 2-run home run in the 8th inning last night. That took it from a 5-3 game to a 7-3 game. That was the eventual final score. As the first pitch in, this is outside from Hoffman. And the count starts out at 1-0. 0 for 4 day for Matheny overall, however. He struck out twice. He flew out to center field back in the first inning. He popped out to the shortstop in the 5th. As Bowie leads 5-4. Led by 2 runs multiple times. Next pitch, smack deep up the line to left field. This one headed to the corner, and it's off the top of the wall. It's going to tie the game as Hoffman blows the save. RBI double for Shane Matheny. It's 5-5. It was nearly a go-ahead home run. Go-ahead run in scoring position. But we just needed to get out of this inning with 3 quick outs, and they still couldn't get it done. 2 outs away from moving back into first place in the Southwest Division, and instead, They now have to fight for their lives and hope for a walk-off win. 12th double of the season for Matheny. 47th run batted in. And now go-ahead run at second base. As Martirano scored on that one, Tyler Fitzgerald will bat. 1 for 4 day. First pitch, and he squares, bunts it up the third base line. Sacrifice is successful as Mayo gloves and throws it away. Richmond takes the lead. Second error of the inning for Kobe Mayo, and it's 6-5 Richmond. Bowie had every opportunity to move into first place, and they've completely ruined it with a 3-run ninth inning. Sacrifice bunt for Fitzgerald, E5. And here's Josh Conway as Jacob Hayward will bat. What do you even say about this? Bowie needed 3 outs. They'd been unable to close out this entire game. Built multiple 2-run leads, broke ahead from a 1-run deficit, and finally just implode in the ninth inning. 2 errors by Kobe Mayo, 2 hits, and Richmond's plated 3 runs. So now Bowie is going to need a walk-off when they already trail by 1 run into the bottom of the ninth inning. And if they can't get it, they will completely miss out on their best opportunity to move back into sole possession of first place. So Hayward's first plate appearance of the day, a 192 average, 8 home runs, 29 runs batted in, and the first pitch misses completely inside. It's 1-0 to start. As Richmond suddenly has to start thinking about a pitcher for the bottom of the ninth. Nick Avila will get loose. Nick Avila, rather, as the 1-0 pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Bowie doesn't have anyone warming in their bullpen. They're sticking with Hoffman, even though he's allowed 4 base hits and 4 runs today. It's a deathly quiet ballpark right now. 2-0. And Hayward smacks it out to deep right field over Haskins' head. This one's gone. 2-run home run for Hayward. 5-run inning for Richmond, and Bowie has completely lost this game. It's 8-5. Bowie had a 5-3 lead entering the ninth. They needed 3 outs, and instead they've given up 5 runs. 9th homer of the season for Hayward. 5 batters in, and the Baysox still have not recorded an out. Here's Will Wilson. So now Bowie finally gets someone up and moving. As Griffin McClarty takes over. First pitch into Will Wilson misses low. It's 1-0 to start. Bowie had every chance to close this game out, build a big lead, run away with it. And they've lost all of those opportunities, and they're about to lose the game. As the 1-0 pitch is called a strike on the top half of the zone, it's 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Bounced to third, but foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Well, one of the things you worry about big time, following that just hard-fought series between Bowie and Erie last week, that only ended in a series split, is that did both teams just kind of wear themselves out? As the Seawolves have lost both of their games to Altoona, the Baysox were in prime position to at least pick up this win, and they couldn't do that. And have completely imploded here in the ninth, as the 1-2 is ripped out to left, a base hit. 6 batters, still no outs in the ninth inning. As Wilson picks up his second hit of the day, that's got to be it for Nolan Hoffman. As Casey Schmidt is stepping into the plate. McClarty's been tossing a little bit for Bowie. I guess they're keeping Hoffman out now. Inning started with a single for Carter Aldrete on to pitch. Cardo Anaves reached on a throwing error by Kobe Mayo that tied the game, or got Richmond closer, I should say, 1. Shane Matheny hit a game-tying RBI double And another error by Kobe Mayo gave Richmond the lead. Immediately after, Jacob Hayward hit a go-ahead two-run, or a already lead increasing two-run home run. And now we've got a mound visit. The catcher comes out for a quick chat. Again, Bowie had first place lined up to them on a silver platter tonight. And instead, they give up 5 runs in the 9th inning. And now here comes Kyle Moore. So Griffin McClarty comes in. We're back after this.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Well, Bowie's just playing a bit of cleanup now, as they've got a long road ahead of them and a lot to think about for the remainder of the night. As we continue with the top of the 9th inning, the Baysox make a pitching change. Nolan Hoffman entered this 9th inning with a 5-3 lead. He needed 3 quick outs to finish the frame and pick up the save. He could not do either of those things. Hoffman allowed all 6 batters he faced in the 9th inning to reach. Of course, 2 reached on an error, but still allowed a 2-run home run to Jacob Hayward. Hoffman only faces 1 inning plus some change. He allowed 5 hits total, and at the moment, 6 runs. Could go up to 7. He only struck out 1 batter. Didn't walk anyone. Gave up a home run. As Griffin McClarty takes over. Bowie trails 8-5. Here's Casey Schmidt. He got hit by a pitch in the 8th inning. That's the only time he's been on base. Runner at first, still no one out here in the top of the 9th. First pitch in from Griffin McClarty, and it's outside. 1-0 to start. So McClarty takes over, 6'3", 185-pound right-hander. 8th-round draft selection out of the College of Charleston in 2019. Fires the 1-0, and it's lifted in the air to right. Askin makes the call. You can hear it from here with how silent the ballpark is. He makes the catch. Light Bronx cheer as the first out of the inning comes on the 7th batter.
Left fielder, Tristan Peters.
And now here's Tristan Peters. Before this inning started, Peters had done all the damage. He drove in 3 runs, a solo home run in the 2nd, RBI singles in the 6th and the 8th. First pitch to him here, misses down. It's 1-0 to start. Here's the 1-0. This is low. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. McClarty, 25 appearances this season. A 2-3 record, a 6.13 ERA. 39 2/3 innings with 47 strikeouts and 29 walks. He's allowed 7 home runs. As the 2-0 pitch is called a strike in the lower outside corner. It's 2-1. Well, in terms of impact, in terms of severity, and in terms of what Bowie could have gained from this inning, as the 2-1 misses low, 3-1. This could probably go down as, at least arguably, one of the worst innings that the Baysox have played all season. As they came in with a 5-3 lead, needing 3 outs to move into first place, as the next pitch to Peters is popped up to center. Watson sprints down, makes the call, and the catch, 2 away. But we needed 3 outs to move into first place with only 10 games left to play in the regular season. But instead they allow 5 runs in an inning that's still not even done. And we'll go to the bottom of the ninth, trailing by 3 when they enter the frame, leading by 2. Here's Armani Smith. First pitch, he swings and misses. Breaking ball low, it's 0-1. 0 for 2 day for Smith. He walked in the second, walked again in the fourth, never made it past first base. He struck out looking in the 8th and hit into a force out. Or struck out looking in the 6th, hit into a force in the 8th. Next pitch, a changeup, misses wide, and it's a ball and a strike. 9th batter to the plate for Richmond. Again, the first 6 all found their way aboard with 2 errors mixed in. As the 1-1 pitch. It's called a strike. Fastball in the lower outside corner. It's 1-2. Can't imagine Bowie's going to have much fire in them after a top half of the inning like this. They're just going to try and need to, I would imagine, turn it around for tomorrow. As the 1-2 pitch is down and away. Fastball runs the count even at 2. We will just have to pray that Altoona picks up another win. While the Erie Seawolves blew their chances in the bottom of the 10th inning today, the Baysox blew their chances in the top of the 9th this evening. Just seems that neither team wants to take a serious lead for first place. The 2-2. Fouled off, back to the screen. Inning doesn't want to end just yet, as the count stays even. It has not been a fun day all around. But we never built too big of a lead to feel comfortable. Rain was prevalent over the first few minutes of this contest, and it's been muggy ever since. 2-2 is popped up. Foul ground to the right side. Dashbach is going to watch it get out of play. Count stays. And then just as Bowie was never able to get comfortably ahead, Richmond finally broke through as Bowie finally imploded in the top of the 9th. McClarty holds. 2-2 pitch. Skied foul again to the right side. Runner at first. Will Wilson's just been hanging around since the pitching change. As Richmond gets right-hander Nick Avila ready for the bottom of the 9th. 2-2 pitch again, and it swung on and missed. Disastrous inning comes to a close for Bowie as Richmond plates 5 runs. Bottom of the 9th as Bowie trails 8-5. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Now, Bowie's got to hope for a miracle as we move to the bottom of the ninth inning, a game that they should have won, leading 5-3 into the top of the ninth. Instead, sees them trailing 8-5 as we move to the bottom of the frame. Richmond will make one last pitching change as Nick Avila takes over on the mound. Ryan Walker is done. He's suddenly a winning pitcher as Walker fired one inning, did not allow a run. He did allow an inherited runner to score, but he struck out 2 and only faced 3 batters. Avila takes over, a 6'4", 195-pound, 25-year-old right-hander from Modesto, California. 26th round selection in 2019. He'll face Andrew Dashbach, Zach Watson, and Andres Angulo. First pitch is called a strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1. Brandon Martirano is catching. He came in as a pinch runner in the last half inning for Ricardo Genovez. Bowie trails 8-5. Dashbach had the game-tying solo home run in the second inning. A lot of promise back then, but this game has suddenly turned heel. 0-1 pitch is fouled off back to the screen. It's 0-2. And I said in the last half inning, just in terms of the potential impact in the standings that this game had held, and the amount of runs and the way that the runs scored in the top of the ninth inning, as the next pitch is just outside. Slider from Avila, and it's 1-2. That inning was probably the worst that the Baysox have played all season. It's unfortunate to say, but it's the truth. As the 1-2. It's called strike 3. Change up on the outside edge. As Avila strikes out his first batter. 7th overall for Richmond pitching, and now here's Zach Watson.
Center fielder, Zach Watson.
Watson had a solo home run in the 5th inning. Made it 3-1 Bowie. They've had multiple 2-run leads in this game. They were never able to pull away, even when they had chances. First pitch to Watson is a curveball called for strike on the bottom edge. It's 0-1. Bowie's just going to have to look again to tomorrow, see if they can really run away with a game for once. First time in a while that they've been able to do that, as Watson swings and misses on a fastball outside. It's 0-2. Bowie hasn't really run away with anything since that 15-5 win against Erie. And that was more so because they ran into a pitcher that was more or less unprepared for Double-A. Brant Herter had allowed, I think it was 12 runs in his first 4 innings of Double-A ball. He was just a little in over his head. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Watson swings and misses. Back-to-back strikeouts for Avila. Bowie has struck out 4 in a row. Down to their final out. Here's Andres Angulo with the RBI double in the 7th inning. We never should have gotten to this point, but here we are. Avila sets. It's a 2-for-3 day for Angulo. He's attacked the first pitch in all 3 plate appearances. But he lays off here, and a breaking ball misses inside. It's 1-0 to start. Angulo has doubled twice. He got thrown out trying to advance on the throw from his last double. That was back in the 7th inning. He grounded out to the shortstop in the 5th. That's been his day. 1-0 pitch. And he lays off on it again. Breaking ball. It's the top half of the zone for a called strike. It's 1-1. Base is empty, 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Bowie led 5-3 entering this frame. They trail 8-5. 1-1. Angulo watches it under the knees. Curveball runs the count to 2 balls and a strike. Wind pushing in a little bit now as we've got a slight breeze. The 2-1 pitch is hammered out to left center field. Matheny's running back, looking up at the wall. There it goes. Andres Angulo says goodbye for his first home run with the Baysox. He's had a great day at the plate. But it might be too little too late, as it's 8-6. Third hit of the day for Angulo. His second RBI, 5th RBI overall with the Baysox. And now here's Davis Tavares. One for 3 day for Tavares. Single to left field in the 5th inning. First pitch. Called a strike at the knees. Fastball at 96 from Avila. And it's 0-1 to start. 15 appearances for Avila, a 1-1 record, and a 0.45 ERA. That was the first home run he'd allowed all year. 20 innings, he struck out 20 batters, walked 5. Next pitch is a slider, misses outside, and it's a ball and a strike on Tavares. Bowie still trailing 8-6 here in the bottom of the 9th inning, with already 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch is checked on, under the knees again. Off speed, runs the count to 2-1. Next pitch in from Avila is swung on and missed down. As Tavares falls to a knee, going after that changeup. Baysox are down to their final strike tonight. Two. Tavares knuckles it out toward right field, and it's caught. Bowie blows a massive game tonight. 5 runs in the top of the 9th inning from Richmond, and instead of moving into first place, Bowie instead loses 8-6. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org. Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark. with Matt Sabatas.
Well, the Bowie Baysox have a lot to think about after tonight's game. As we get rolling with Baysox postgame here from Prince George's Stadium, Bowie had a golden opportunity to move into sole possession of first place in the Southwest Division, and instead they implode in the top of the 9th inning, allowing 5 runs to Richmond and lose 8-6. We get rolling with Baysox postgame. Matt Sabatas with you from Prince George's Stadium. Let's recap this game as best we can as we go back in time to 6:41 p.m. when first pitch came home from Justin Armbruster to Shane Matheny. It was a ball, but Armbruster would log a perfect first inning on only 5 pitches, 2 flyouts and a lineout. In the top of the first, though, the Baysox also went down in order, and in the bottom of the first, Tristan Peters, who was the early hero for Richmond, opened the game with the scoring. The 3-1, swinging a hard hit ball out toward deep right field. This one's gone. Massive home run for Tristan Peters, his first in Double-A, and Richmond jumps ahead to a 1-0 lead. Armbruster had been having a little bit of trouble with the home runs lately. He allowed 2 home runs in his first inning of work against the Erie Seawolves last time he had climbed the hill. And that home run against Peters did look to be a little bit dicey after it came with 2 outs. It was on a 3-1 count. Armbruster was running into a bunch of 3-1 counts. But fortunately, that would be the only run he would allow. Because in the bottom of the second, the Baysox gave him a little bit of room to work because Andrew Dashbach stepped up and tied the game. 22 batters, the 1-1, and Dashbach muscles it out to deep left field. Peters is running back. He looks up, feeling for the wall. He leaps, and there it goes. Andrew Dashbach says goodbye. His 13th home run of the season is a game-tying solo blast here with 2 outs in the second. 1-1, Bowie and Richmond. So the solo home runs playing an early look into this contest as Bowie was able to tie the game thanks to Dashbach, and Armbruster retired the side in the third. Bottom of the third came up, and Bowie got a leadoff double from Andres Angulo, but he was left stranded at second base. As the game moved into the fourth, it was nearly a disaster for Justin Armbruster as he walked 3 batters, something he had never done before in a single inning. A career-high 4 walks for Armbruster in the game, but fortunately for him, he was able to strand the bases loaded and keep Bowie tied. In the bottom of the fourth, they instantly jumped ahead, too, as Kobe Mayo stepped up and gave Bowie the lead. Here's the next. And Mayo drills it deep out to left field. This one is long gone. Kobe Mayo says goodbye. His 4th home run of the season is a massive blast in the 4th. And Bowie leads 2-1. So Bowie already ahead by 1 at that point, and Armbruster was able to polish off a scoreless 5th on just 12 pitches. In the bottom of the 5th, Zach Watson tacked on 1 more for, well, at the time, good measure. As the 1-0 pitch is hammered out to deep left field. Peters is sprinting back out toward the alley. He looks up, and it is gone. Zach Watson says goodbye. His 8th home run of the season. 2nd straight inning, the Baysox have opened the frame with a jack, and they lead 3-1. So Bowie had a 2-run advantage, and well, they could have probably done a little bit more. They were unable to, because in the top of the 6th, Richmond got closer. Will Wilson had a 1-out double, and Tristan Peters came up again with a 2-out RBI single. The 2-2. Bounced up the middle, a base hit. They had him shifted, so this will score a run as it kicks up a lot of the dew on the grass. Around third and home is Will Wilson as Tristan Peters drives him in with an RBI single. It's a 1-run game. Bowie leads 3-2. So still a Baysox edge, and that was enough for a little bit as the game moved into the bottom of the 7th inning. Zach Watson picked up a 1-out single, and Andres Angulo was able to make it a 2-run game again for Bowie. Lefty on righty, and the first pitch here. Angulo attacks it and slices it out to left center field for a base hit, headed toward the wall. Watson has the wheels. Does he get the wave? He does. Here comes the throw. The relay is late. Angulo goes to third, and they've got him. But it's an RBI double for Andres Angulo, and Bowie leads 4-2. So back to a 2-run edge for the Baysox. But again, as Angulo was thrown out trying to advance to third, that ruined a chance for the Baysox to maybe add on a little bit more, which would have been helpful, as they were never able to advance past that 2-run edge. And in the top of the 8th inning, Richmond instantly got one of those runs back. A couple of infield singles, including another by that pesky Tristan Peters, made it a 1-run game again. Here's the 1-2. Just back up the mound. Going to be a tough play. It's short for Hernaiz. Behind the bag, he throws to first, and they don't get it there. They go home as the runner tries to score, and the tag is missed. Angulo couldn't get it back in time as Hayward was able to sprint around third and score. It's a 1-run game again. Tying run is at second. on an infield single for Richmond. So the Baysox were trying to get something going from there as they moved into the bottom of the 8th inning. Fortunately, Connor Norby was able to reach third on a double and an error. Kobe Mayo came up and made it a 2-run lead once again, facing mostly out toward left field while he drops to the waist. The 0-2 pitch, and Mayo bounces it slowly to third. Chance for a play at the plate. Low grab picked by Schmidt, and the tag is late. Norby scores. Fielder's choice makes it 5-3. So Bowie back to a 2-run edge. They still could not work anywhere past that. And in the top of the 9th, things didn't go right. Leadoff single by Carter Aldretti. And as Ricardo Eneves stepped up, things started to get out of hand. But a hard shift on for the right-hander as the 0-1 pitch is a cracked bat, in on the handle, slowly poked to third. Mayo gloves on the grass and can only go to first. A low throw gets by. Dashbach missed it entirely. Runners advance a base, and they're going to try and score. Dashbach throws from deep in right field. The tag is not applied. Run scores, tying run at second base. No one out here in the 9th. It's 5-4. So back to a 1-run game as Bowie had so much trouble building their lead. Richmond still just wouldn't go away. And on a 1-0 pitch, Shane Matheny tied it multiple times. Next pitch, smack deep up the line to left field. This one headed to the corner, and it's off the top of the wall. It's going to tie the game as Hoffman blows the save. RBI double for Shane Matheny. It's 5-5. Well, the disastrous inning only got worse as Tyler Fitzgerald stepped up and laid down a sacrifice bunt that instantly gave Richmond the lead. First pitch, and he squares, bunts it up the third base line. Sacrifice is successful as Mayo gloves and throws it away. Richmond takes the lead. Second error of the inning for Kobe Mayo, and it's 6-5 Richmond. And Richmond still wasn't done there as Jacob Hayward stepped up. He came in as a pinch runner in his first plate appearance, blew the game open. 2-0, and Hayward smacks it out to deep right field over Haskins' head. This one's gone. 2-run home run for Hayward, 5-run inning for Richmond, and Bowie has completely lost this game. It's 8-5. All 5 runs scored before a single out was recorded. Nolan Hoffman finally left. Griffin McClarty came in and worked 3 quick outs. In the bottom of the 9th, Andres Angulo picked up a 2-out solo home run, but the damage was done and Bowie lost. 2-2. Tavares knuckles it out toward right field, and it's caught. Bowie blows a massive game tonight. 5 runs in the top of the 9th inning from Richmond, and instead of moving into first place, Bowie instead loses 8-6. Your final box score, Richmond scores 8 runs on 10 hits with 1 error. They left on 8. Bowie scores 6 runs on 9 hits with 2 errors. They both came in the 9th inning, and they both cost Bowie the game as they left on 3. As the winning pitcher is Ryan Walker, 7-2 on the season. Nolan Hoffman takes the loss. He falls to 2-2. Save goes to Alex Avila. He picks up his second of the year. Game was played in 2 hours and 45 minutes in front of a paid attendance at Prince George's Stadium of just 1,270. With the win, Richmond moves to 61-66 on the year, a 2-game winning streak, as the Squirrels are 29-36 on the road. The loss falls Bowie to 63-65 on the season, 3-game losing streak. Bowie is 35-30 at home. Second half sees Bowie fall to 36-23 as Richmond moves to 21-37. We check in on the rest of the Eastern League after this. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Well, as the baseball season winds down, that means we've got to get ready for football. Friday, September 9th, it's the Baysox football kickoff night at Prince George's Stadium. Getting ready for the college season and the pro season, the Baysox will be giving away a special Adley Rutschman bobblehead. Remember, Adley played college football before he joined the Orioles. It's a free bobblehead for the first 750 fans ages 13 and up. So be sure to join the Baysox football kickoff night on Friday, September 9th. Get your tickets at baysox.com.
Hey fans, do you know your mud hens from your trash pandas? Then play Minor League Rundown, the official free-to-play game of Minor League Baseball, and compete for tickets and game day experiences. Rundown is made for masters of ballpark trivia. Playing is free and easy on any mobile device. Just head on over to www.ballyplay.com to sign up and play. Return for each open round to vie for more prizes, including the grand prize to attend championship weekend in Las Vegas this October. It's never been this fun to get caught in a rundown.
time to Prince George's Stadium here in Bowie as we get ready to wrap up Baysox postgame. A quick cruise around the Eastern League as plenty of extra inning games tonight, surprisingly enough. Akron and Harrisburg have moved into the 10th inning, and Akron, despite getting down to their 2 quick outs, Harrisburg allowed an RBI single to Angel Martinez, and Akron has taken a 5-4 lead. If Akron wins that game, then everything that could have gone wrong for the Baysox today pretty much did go wrong. Altoona was able to take down Erie 2-1 in 10 innings today, so Bowie doesn't fall completely out of first place, but of course they still lose on these tiebreakers, so they really could have used the win today. Portland was no-hit into the 6th inning against Binghamton, but still went on to win as they plated 4 late runs to pick up a 4-2 final. It was a doubleheader sweep for the Somerset Patriots, 6-2 in Game 1 and 5-0. A no-hitter for Somerset in Game 2. How do you like that? 7-inning no-hitter for the Patriots. Doubleheader between New Hampshire and Reading went to extra innings. It was a 3-run, 8th inning for Reading. That was a wild first game. 11-10, a walk-off win for Reading in Game 1. Game 2 was underway as the Fightins lead 1-0. Again, the score we care about most in this production, though, is that of Bowie's, and it was not a good one today. As the Baysox had an opportunity to win 5-3 in the top of the 9th and instead lose 8-6. Two sides will meet again tomorrow as Bowie and Richmond play Game 3 of the Tilt on Thursday. Garrett Stallings gets the start. 5-10, 6.44 ERA. Landon Roop will start for Richmond. First time Bowie sees him. 2-1, a 3.94 ERA. 6:35 first pitch, 6:15 DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. That's going to do it for us. Matt Sabatis from Prince George's Stadium saying thanks so much for stopping by. Wish it could have been a better game for you as Bowie falls to Richmond 8-6. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.